is our guest.
Love that.
Now, we were talking about the fact that you're from San Francisco and you live there with your wife and your son.
Yeah.
And you're a sports fan, and particularly, I know you're a baseball fan.
Yes.
And a big Harry Carey fan.
Yes. Oh, I love Harry Carey. I have to tell you, though, we have a female announcer at the ballpark in San Francisco.
That's right.
That's right.
Sherry Davis. Did I ever tell you that? And I went to a game before the strike last year, and it's very strange because she sounds like the phone company lady. It's weird. It's like, the third baseman is number 9, Matt Williams. Please make a note of it. and then if there's a pinch hitter, it's the batter, number 10, Royce Clayton, has been changed.
Oh, that's the best.
I'm an old school guy. I can't handle this.
You like the male announcers.
Big Harry Carey fan. I love it. I love Harry Carey, and I love and I just Harry, of course, did the first baseball game ever played. You guys are aware of that.
Sure.
Yeah, he was the only guy around at that time.
Sure.
To do that game, and it was wonderful. I got an old tape of it, and I listened to it all the time. Hello, fans. This is Harry Carey. Welcome to today's game between the Bethlehem Braves and the Jerusalem Giants. Kind of a sparse crowd here today, as a plague of locusts has made it tough to get out to the ballpark. You can hear the vendors, though. Hey, manna, get your manna. Who wants bread from heaven? It's hot. It's fresh. It just fell. Hot manna here. Penance, our fathers, Hail Marys. Can't get absolution without an act of contrition. Who wants a rosary here? Water. Uh-oh. Wine! Who wants wine now? Peter looks into Jesus for the sign. Jesus gives him the sign. Holy cow! Peter denies it. He gives it to him again. He denies it again. Once more. That's 3 times, and Jesus is out to give Peter a sermon on the mound. Jesus, of course, the big hero in yesterday's game, came up in the bottom of the 9th with the Braves down 3-0 and hit a bases-empty grand slam. Fans, we haven't had a miracle like that since we had fishes and loaves night here. I had a chance to talk with the Savior after the game, and this is what he had to say. Well, Harry, the ball was on the outside part of the plate. I was not trying to make contact. First of all, I want to thank my father for loading the bases. Muchas gracias, señor. And also the Holy Ghost for breaking up the double play. Back to live action. Lazarus up to the plate now. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Lazarus up to the plate now. Here's the pitch. Oh, no, he's hit. He's hurt. He's down. Holy cow, he's dead. But wait a minute. He gets back up. That's the 6th time this week. That kid can take one for the team. Abraham up to the plate now, probably up here to sacrifice. Infield drawn in for the patriarch, and now there's some action in the Bethlehem bullpen. I can't quite make out the back of his robe. It is the big number 10, Moses, just called up from the burning Busch League. Already gaining a reputation for that lightning-fast pickoff move, reminding those runners that thou shalt not steal. Let's give it over to Steve Stone. Thank you, Harry. Fans, you want to be here this Tuesday night when the Braves meet the Calvary Cubs. It's going to be Nabisco Communion Wafer Day here at the ballpark. All fans 33 and under get a free Eucharist signed by the Savior. Fans, Nabisco Communion Wafers go down smooth. Won't stick to the roof of your mouth like those cheap imitation sacraments. Sure, they cost a little more, but when it comes to your eternal salvation, isn't it worth that extra buck in the collection plate? Remember, fans, the next time you go to the rail for that body and blood, ask for the host with the most. Ask for for Nabisco. Thanks, Steve. Here's some scores now from around the league. A big upset. David 1, Goliath nothing. Ends a long win streak for the big guy. Oh, no. Job is on the 15-day disabled list with a bad case of leprosy. Pulled a hamstring. Pulled it right off. The Angels have sent Lucifer down. That's a shame. When that fellow was in his prime, he could throw some heat. This year, his earned run average has ballooned to a hefty 6. And here's a partial score. Sodom and Gomorrah still tied at 69.
Well, hello there. Yes, we're here. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Tom.
Hi, how is everybody?
There's Christy.
Hi.
There's John. Hey,
Wait a minute, I think Christy skipped.
I didn't skip. I said hi.
there's Pat Godwin.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Correspondent Jess Hooker will join us later this morning.
Hello there.
Got it. Lots of stuff going on as far as rumors versus facts. And Christy will have news and I'll have sports. Yeah, we don't have a world record yet, but I'm...
I just sent you one. It's a really good one.
I'll have to. Is it on the printer still?
I don't believe it. I don't believe a word you're saying.
Do you know what basketball dribble juggling is?
No?
No. Well,
I don't, whatever it is, I don't think really good can be associated with it.
this is a young lady. She takes 3 basketballs and dribbles them simultaneously, juggling style.
I see.
It's really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's very hard to do, and she can even do it with 5 balls.
Is there a monkey involved? See, if you had a monkey going out passing the cup, that would be...
I think that would make it better.
Fun. Yeah, sure.
Or maybe a dog with like a little a bowl and it's taped to its back or something. But no, that's coming up in world records. That's from the Guinness World Record people, so it is in fact official.
Okay, well, I'm sorry we doubted it.
We opened with Dan St. Paul's Classic, the first baseball game, by request. You're welcome. And today's show, are we doing the streaming thing on YouTube again? Okay, great. And also I want to remind you that the various devices a la Alexa, you can also find our show on your favorite radio station if you're stuck at home and radioless. Don't forget that those devices can pick up all kinds of stuff. Christy?
Yes, Tom. How are you?
Looking very elegant again today.
Thank you.
That's quite the scarf you've got on.
Thank you.
Great scarf. Yeah, that's.
Thank you very much. Add a little color.
Be careful with that one. If you're in a convertible, that could attach to the rear wheel and strangle you.
Check local listings, but I don't think that's a problem today.
Well,
Top's not down today?
Nope,
Okay.
Top's not down today.
All right.
Not a top down day.
since almost everybody's sort of stuck, I do enjoy hopping in the car and just driving around a little bit, just
I
to
don't
get
think
out.
you're supposed
Enjoy
to
that
do
while you can.
Yeah, I don't think you're. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No, you're not supposed to do that.
Essential services midnight tonight, but way to go.
Those things, I just thought it would be fun.
Yeah. Add to
You
the.
can start taking
user.
stuff to my mom if you'd like.
Get a
That
little
way you
air.
could get out.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's an essential thing.
Use it as an
you can
excuse.
I've
take.
been there every day for 4 years.
Joyride anymore.
You can take a walk.
Yeah.
if you'd
Oh, I've
like.
been taking plenty of walks.
Well, that's fine. You
Yeah,
better
I know a
stick
short
to that.
pier, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's very
Try
clever.
that.
So, Christy, you're taking food to your mom?
Yeah, and
No,
other things.
just out of curiosity, are you cooking the food?
Well, sometimes I have. Hey, I took her some soup the other day. I took her some
Did you make
pork.
it?
Yes.
What do they call that?
Trying to expedite things.
That
huh?
cream corn casserole. What's that called? Remember that?
Corn casserole.
Corn casserole.
Oh, that's
Man,
great.
so good.
Oh, I want to make
man.
some of that.
Yeah, the cream corn.
I took the
and-
dog yesterday to brighten her up a little bit.
No, not to eat. Let's be clear.
No,
we haven't
I-
reached.
Is your
we
mom
haven't reached
Korean?
that
I had
level.
no
Took
idea.
Leo over and I opened the front door and let him run in and visit because I'm not going in the house.
It went a little something like this. Get this thing out of here.
No, but
Oh,
if
she was happy to
But
see
if the
the
dog
dog.
goes in the house and then you take the dog back,
Yeah?
I mean, couldn't the dog have the virus on its paws or something?
You can't get the virus from the dog.
Is everyone hearing
Oh,
what
Lord.
just a little just a little tip of the iceberg of what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
You can't imagine.
You can't imagine.
I can't imagine being at your house right now.
I still am amazed we're all here in the same room.
Yeah,
with
I'm
you.
shocked.
Well, this is the last day.
Well,
I bet.
Yeah, this is the last day.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
thinking that we're going to be all together.
Okay, well, we got to keep our distance, do what we're supposed to do here.
Yeah, not drive around for no reason. Is
What about
one
your
of the
dog?
big ones.
So when you take your dogs for a walk, do you come home and give them a bath every time?
Yeah, Tom, the virus could be
Could be
laying
on the street.
Could be laying in the street, man.
Your dogs are shaved right now, aren't they? You've
Right
got
down.
4 bald dogs at home.
You
Shivering.
squirt them with Purell, and then you put them in their cage and keep them away from you, don't you?
No, the dogs are running around the house. But they're okay. And I'm just saying, couldn't they get it on their paws? And
You know what? Let's just act as though they could. That's
what if
probably
you sneezed on your dog and then?
Oh, for God's
Right.
sake. Well, I didn't sneeze. My mom didn't sneeze.
Okay.
My mom is healthy.
Okay.
We should probably operate that if you do sneeze on your dog and then somebody else pets it, they can get it.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Okay, just
As
saying.
your friend,
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
I'm all right.
You're really round the bend on this thing, and I thought you would be earlier, but it's happening.
Just being careful. Now we have a lot of
You did nothing wrong.
non-corona news, thank God, and we have some interesting, a lot of interesting communications here. One of them involving my favorite story from yesterday,
Communique just in.
which involved corn cobs.
Yes.
Now, do you recall the story, Josh?
I sure do. In fact, some communique was sent to me as well regarding this.
Oh, Mike Huckabee has suggested.
Strict instructions.
Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas?
Yeah, I suggested that if we really get desperate, we could always go back to old school and use corn cobs
As toilet
paper.
Now, you two guys thought that the corn cob was actually inserted into the
Who are you talking to?
dirt button.
Because I never thought. I thought
I
it
thought
was
that.
what you said.
thought
You sort
that,
of
yeah.
saw
I
it
thought
back
that.
and forth.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure you saw it back and forth. I think you just go one way.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think if you go back
just
and
swipe
forth,
it
you're
once.
just repasting the poop. On
Right.
Now, do you
Right.
go from the front or go from the back?
I think
gotta
you would
go
go from
front
the
to
back
back.
and go up. I
Front
think
to back?
would be the most
or
healthy.
back to
You have to go front to back.
front to back
Yeah.
or back to front?
Yeah, you would go down below and then pull up. What does your letter indicate there, Jack?
That you actually use 2 types of corn on the cob. One, you start with a red corn.
Yeah.
And you wipe with that, and then you use a whiter corn to wipe with and see if you're done.
Oh,
if you know what I mean.
okay.
That's-
wait a minute.
Yes, I have the
So
same
you leave
communication.
the corn on the cob? It's not corn off the cob?
No. That you eat the corn first.
I was getting.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the
Okay.
But
mistake.
the cob can be colored, of course. Yeah.
All right.
A cob of color.
So, yeah.
I was
I
confused.
think,
I didn't.
something. If there was some kind of computer, I don't think this phrase "a cob of color" has ever been stated over the airwaves.
There's no way.
But I appreciate that very much. That's quite interesting. No, you've already eaten the corn on the cob,
That's what I
and
thought.
you store it and dry it, right? Am I getting
Right.
this correct?
I would think.
I would think.
So you don't
You don't
butter
want a
it.
moist cob back there.
Yeah, you don't
You
want
want
butter.
butter.
on it.
You don't
Yeah.
butter, you don't, and
yeah.
you don't use those
Salt, that
little. You
would
don't
be
use those
easy.
little corn stabber things on the sides.
No.
I guess not. Yeah.
Well, salt, if you can detect any fissures or anything.
Yeah, that certainly will. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
break
Yeah,
things
don't
up right
salt
away.
it.
No.
And use salt-free butter on your corn if you're going to be using it later on. That would be, as Chick points out, that might be actually a good way to find out what's going on down there. We have a special request involving corn cobs. That, of course, the whole corn cob thing has come up with respect to the toilet paper shortages that are occurring all over the world. There is, by the way, created in London, a toilet paper calculator software program that we'll be discussing coming up later today. A really interesting story coming out of Colorado.
Okay. Weed related?
Yes, weed related in announcing whether or not liquor stores and dispensaries are
Essential?
in that category of
Gotcha.
essential. And did you see what happened?
No, I have not.
Well, it's quite interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, even the government can change its mind. We'll find out about that coming up. Now, a couple of other quick things coming up. I want to tell you how to get a hold of us. It's pretty simple. You can get the Bob and Tom app. It's free. Whatever, iTunes, Google Play, wherever you want to find it. Or you can just you can email us, traditional email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Love to hear from you. Find out where you're listening or watching today. We are worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on a bunch of radio stations, and also streaming as a special treat on YouTube. So look us up and see what's going on. And don't forget, you can. Josh is waving right now.
Yeah.
Very handsome.
Happy to have you here on YouTube.
Oh, very good. Right now, I want to remind you about something that's brand new, something very cool. We've been talking about Stamps.com. And this is especially important now if you've got a small business, you're trying to run it out of your office. Christy and I were talking to the Stamps.com people yesterday.
Yes.
And they've got a brand new arrangement with not just with the post office, but with UPS for a huge money saver. Christy, give them the details.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You can now ship anything, anywhere, anytime from your home with the Stamps.com. You just sign up for the Stamps.com program. You get on your computer, you print your stuff right there, and you have the option now of using UPS along with the United States Postal Service,
Wow.
which is really big news, especially for a lot of these small businesses that are really trying to keep moving and going right now.
But also
And
a
these-
huge savings.
Yes, huge savings. And that's right. So UPS services a discount rate up to 62%. Plus, with Stamps.com, you don't have to pay any UPS residential surcharges. See, it's a no-brainer. It saves you time and money. Stamps.com. Tell them, Tom.
Thank you very much. Here's the special offer. A 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. You go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Bob and Tom. We'd appreciate that. That's Stamps.com. Enter Bob and Tom. And a brand new feature, this huge discount from UPS. So this is the time when a lot of small businesses are in need of some special help. And this is a great way to do it. Stamps.com. It's a very, very smart move. Also coming up, I know this is radio, but have any of you guys seen the new LA Rams logo?
I have not.
Yes.
If you're having trouble, if you want to get...
It broke the internet kind of last week when it first came out.
Really?
And people were complaining about it.
Yeah,
I'll have to take a look at it during the break.
be careful.
It's
You
not-
eating
it's
any
not
breakfast?
I have not eaten breakfast.
Because you might throw up.
Very odd looking.
Okay.
We'll be right back with that and some cool stuff in sports, actually, including big Olympic news, sort of.
Or not.
Yeah. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Rolling through a Tuesday with you on the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. It is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. Don't forget the Orange Insoles show-in picks. What shows are your picks to watch since we're all stuck at home? Tell us your show-in picks. Go to bobandtom.com/show-in to submit your answer. When you do, you're registered to win a pair of Orange Insoles. You can submit a new show-in one time per day, so do it daily. Sponsored by OrangeInsoles.com. Feel better. Do more with Orange Insoles. They're with you every step of the way, as are we right here at Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Kenny Rogers' family is planning a private service for his funeral with a public memorial later. Kenny Rogers died Friday at the age of 81. His family suggests that those who want to donate in Rogers' name should consider giving to the Recording Academy's COVID-19 Relief Fund to help music professionals out of work because of the coronavirus. Moving the Tonight Show to his house hasn't left Jimmy Fallon without guests. The late night hosts at-home edition will include John Legend tonight, Neil Horan Wednesday, Alec Baldwin Thursday, Tina Fey on Friday. Yesterday's guests were Trevor Noah and DJ Dean Ice. NBC says the segments with guests talking to Fallon from their homes, part of a continuing hybrid episodes that include highlights from past shows. And Amazon is giving parents free streaming access to more than 40 children's shows, including Pete the Cat, and If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and select seasons of PBS Kids shows, including Arthur and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Interested users can access the free kids titles with a valid Amazon account, which is free. The shows are available to the company's customers worldwide and usually are behind the Prime Video paywall. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Got some nice requests here, some of which we can play.
Okay.
Which we can't.
Well, that's exciting.
Tell us where you're listening and watching. We'd love to hear from you.
Can we not play them because, different times or because somebody's ex-wife is on them?
No, different times.
All of our ex-wives are on them.
Wow. It's Josh's new nickname. Josh's new nickname, chick, Dick Mantle.
Yeah, I think so.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
The steam begins to rise, it slowly effervesces. Leaves are crinkling under sweet caresses. I cherish this moment of natural bliss. Nothing's missing when I'm pissing outside, pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Pissing outside. Come on, America. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. There you go. Come on, you know, a rock, a bush, a shrubbery, a tree. You can go anywhere you please. There's so many things that you can christen, so make it like your mission and just start pissing outside, pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. You know my favorite place is in the virgin snow. You find a fresh canvas and let it flow. Sign your name and watch it glisten. Unless you're in Alaska, then your task is to go faster, 'cause it freezes and you have to walk backwards while you're pissing outside, pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside, pissing outside, pissing outside. Nice. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Because the grass is always greener when you water with your wiener outside.
Billy Jonas.
Very nice. Man, we're back. 6:21 on the nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
A little bit of rain in the future, Christy?
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Tom, thank you for asking. Cloudy today.
59.
Afternoon showers, look for a high of 50. Tonight, partly cloudy, low down to 36. Maybe a slight shower in the early morning hours. And then sunshine on Wednesday.
Sunshine.
High 60, cloudy and 38 right now.
I don't feel much.
Good.
Like...
Getting a little bit of sun. That'll be
Yes.
nice. Thank you very much. Also, we could add a little sunshine to your life right now with some serious money. Be paying close attention. You're shot at $1,000 coming up pretty soon. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here, and we are here on the 24th of March, 2020.
That's right.
Just making sure you know we are alive and well. Hope you are too. And if you're holed up and don't have a radio, you can't hear this.
Okay, hang on. I didn't do anything.
No?
I didn't say anything. I didn't heckle. And he talked himself right into a hole. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
I was talking to someone yesterday, and they said you got to remind people that
You should need a radio?
well, that if they're at home, if they're in their car, for example, and they get to their house and they realize I don't have a radio anymore. Well, you can always listen to your favorite station on the internet now.
Of course.
So please find it there. Talk to Alexa and find out your favorite station that carries the show. Please, it'd be very kind of you.
What's your favorite music station?
Ask Alexa or whoever.
What?
You know, in a different world, can you imagine if Chick had been forced to stay in top 40 radio?
Oh, man. He would have been the king.
I would have been Cousin Chicky.
A wolfman of the day.
That's right.
Cousin Chicky.
The Wolfman.
Because there is, of course, the famous Cousin Brucey.
Sure, yeah.
Legendary DJ. But it just gets a little awkward
I had my
when
country.
you have the 65-year-old guy playing the hits for 14-year-old girls.
I had my country name all ready to go.
Did you? What was it?
C.D. McGee.
Oh, boy, that's
No, it
good.
wasn't CB McGee?
No.
C.D. McGee is so
Sorry.
good.
Charles Dean McGee.
I love
sort
it.
of.
C.D. McGee. That is
C.D.
good.
McGee.
Yeah, you-
Gonna hit you with some Blake Shelton.
Well, until you got fired.
Sure. Inappropriate behavior.
Let's see. There's Ace, our engineer. Christy Lee is womanning the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. That's Josh over there in the sidekick chair. We're all at least 6 feet apart. Most of us are about 10 feet apart. And then to my extreme left is Mr. Pat Godwin, the man on the guitar.
6 feet apart or 6 feet under, you choose.
That's right. It's up to you.
Is that the slogan?
That's a good one.
Came up with
That's
that,
a good one.
Watch your dog's virus lives in their paws. That's what Tom said.
Oh, yeah. That dog gets matted up in their fur.
Shave it.
Just
Shave
saying.
your dog.
Now, we have a lot to get to, but first off, we did have some clarification on the corn cob story.
He loves it. No one's ever going to have to do this.
No. He's got this story by the neck.
No, I mean, people, this
That's
was
because
suggested by the former governor of Arkansas. If you're out of toilet paper,
Probably fairly tongue-in-cheek.
Yes, of course it was.
if you put your no, if you put your tongue in
Of course it
cheek,
was.
Yes?
if you put your tongue in cheek, that could pass on E. coli. In fact, as you may recall, the governor of New York.
Yes.
Cuomo?
Yes.
Am I a citizen of New York, by the way? Every time I go home, there's a New York City news conference.
Yeah, I've noticed that. There, I've been very important information. I'm sure.
Certainly.
For those in New York, it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, but for I mean, there's some general information
Don't
there.
go there.
I think some of these news conferences are a little long.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe just hitting us with the highlights would be the way to go, and letting the press handle the rest. But who am I to say? But yeah, this is a true story. Yesterday, the state of New York, the day before yesterday, actually, the state of New York announced certain
Restrictions.
proscriptions.
Yeah, I guess.
And they made some suggestions that were kind of shocking. Did you remember what the main was, Josh? The safest way to have sex?
The safest way to have sex?
Mm-hmm.
With yourself.
In the era of the coronavirus.
Oh, that's right, Christy. With yourself.
Here we go.
Yes, you are the safest sex partner. They recommend people masturbate to prevent the spread of the virus.
Well,
Now,
that's
a little bit of a...
you should never drag anybody else into it.
Yeah. A little clarification here. When they suggest that, they mean in the privacy of
your own home.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
not out
of
on the
course.
corner.
Not while you're at the produce section.
You feel
No,
like you need to say that, don't you?
Plus, you're not supposed to be out anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're allowed to go get groceries and pharmaceutical items.
And drive around for no reason.
The most interesting thing to me is this is the actual press release. It says close contact, including sex with anyone outside your household, and instead suggests people video chat or sext with their partners. This is a government document suggesting this. And then there's the really naughty part. Christy, do you have that text?
What, you want me to read it? The guidance also details what sort of sexual activities can pass on the virus.
You mean you have to be very delicate here.
Stating that the...
What about taint play? Will that pass it
I
on?
think that's covered here, sort of.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Go a little farther back. That's the
Back?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what they're
You're
saying.
not
No.
supposed to do
Yeah.
any of that stuff.
I see.
Yeah, the
old-
virus can
the old munch.
be transferred.
No
I guess.
munching.
Yeah.
Would you like a little PSA from Frank Sinatra back from the grave?
Yes,
Yeah,
please,
sure.
Frankie.
All right. Bring the piano up there, Tommy.
Okay.
Nice to
There
see
we
you,
go.
Chairman.
Here we go.
Bring it up, Tom.
I got it. Your piano.
Chairman of the
your
board.
piano's on there, buddy.
There you go.
Chairman of the board. Yeah.
Stop spreading your butt. No rimming, please. That's all I got.
Thank you, Frank. That was.
See you later. See you in a few minutes, maybe.
Oh, hey, look. Hey, look. It's time for sports.
Hey.
Longtime International Olympic Committee member Craig Reedy
Old Blue Eyes talking about the old brown eye.
says
Oh,
he
nice.
does
Good one,
not.
Josh.
None of this is official yet, but here's where it is. Craig Reedy, Olympic Committee member, says he does not expect the Tokyo Olympics to be held in July as scheduled. He tells the Associated Press, the Worldwide News Wire, that everyone can see where things are headed. The coronavirus pandemic spreading and Olympic hopefuls around the world unable to train. Now,
Yeah.
Dick Pound.
Yes.
Could we get a hold of his parents?
Unbelievable.
I doubt they're still with us.
He never
but-
goes by Richard Pound.
No, he doesn't.
All the news, everything is Dick
Or Rick.
Dick Pound.
The kids call him Dick hashtag.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Just to.
Dick
them up a
Pound.
little
But
bit.
when did that become hashtag?
Twitter. I mean, when Twitter became a
Yeah.
big.
Pound sign, hashtag,
Wasn't it pound sign, or as I used to call it?
hash.
I never called it hashtag until I guess the.
How about some corned beef hash? Doesn't that sound good?
It does.
What was the real name that we found? We found out it was actually it had like
yeah,
Yeah,
there is
like
some
sort of a
technical
pompous-
name.
Yeah.
Crosshair or something.
So this guy's name is Dick Pound.
Dick Pound told. Oh, I'm sorry. Dick Pound. Hey! told USA Today that he believes the Olympics will be postponed. Pound told the paper he expects the IOC to announce their next steps very soon, but the committee responded with a statement saying it's a right of every IOC member to interpret the decision of the executive board. USA Gymnastics says majority of senior national team members have indicated in an anonymous survey that they were in favor of the Tokyo Olympics being pushed back from their scheduled July opening.
Well, it has to be. These athletes, they can't train.
No.
Or they can train. Well, they can train
by themselves, I guess.
Yeah, more.
Well, you had the guy, you had the guy yesterday.
Another year.
You had the guy yesterday running on his balcony. Ran a marathon.
He sure did.
Yeah.
The full 26.
That's insanity is what that is.
Yes.
Dick Pound sounds like a phrase Donnie Baker would use.
Yeah.
Last night I gave Patty Ferguson the old Dick Pound.
Yep.
Well, now I think now
He'd be more
we're-
subtle. He'd say pork pound.
Well, as you know,
Buy that pound of pork by the pound.
Yep.
Hey, Marshall.
The Dick
He lives
Pound.
in a fantasy world.
Where they keep all the they keep all the brisses following circumcision. Rustle them up and never mind.
Hey, a martial arts teacher is offering free karate classes online during the
Karate?
virus.
Really?
Karate. Karate is not out here. It's inside you.
That's right.
Karate Online with Sensei David now provides...
All right.
Wait a minute. Those two words don't go together.
Sensei David is like when you go to one of those Japanese restaurants and the guy comes out to cook it on the table. And
I'm your Sensei David.
Hi, I'm Moshe. I'll be your...
I'm your Sensei Lamar.
My name's Todd.
Now provides online instruction videos to students who might not have access or the funds to attend karate school.
It's a good idea. Good for him.
Website states that if a parent feels that their child is ready to go on to the next level, belt tests can also be completed online.
That's
Okay.
cool.
According to the website,
the best defense, though, now would be just, if you're attacked, just sneezing on the guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
according to the
back row.
website, Sensei David has been in martial arts for 30 years and teaching for 25 years.
oh, nice of them.
He's quite the sensei.
Make sure your sparring partner is 6 feet away.
That'd be hard. Kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be rough. The Scripps National Spelling Bee
Canceled?
won't be held as scheduled this year due to the virus, meaning...
They got Tom's letters?
yeah. Boy, Tom's against that. You're against this, aren't you?
I'm not against it. I just think it's pointless.
Well, as long as you're not against it.
Why not just memorize a bunch of random numbers?
This meaning year...
Here are words that no one ever uses.
Years of preparation by some of the country's top spellers could go for naught. Spell naught, Josh.
N-A-U-G-H-T.
That is correct.
Use it in a sentence.
Yay.
K-N-O-T.
Scripps announced its decision last week, citing recommendations against large gatherings by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The bee had been scheduled in Maryland and a state of emergency.
M-A-R-Y-L-A-N-D.
The bee had been scheduled for the week of May 24th at a convention center in Oxon Hill.
C-O-N-V-E-N-T-I-O-N.
All right.
Oh, right. No joke.
P-I-C-K.
God. Pound.
P-O-U-N-D.
Thank you for completing the...
They're going to try to reschedule the bee, Tom, for later this year, and I'd be glad to get you tickets.
No, thanks.
It did not commit to a new date yet. It's possible the bee won't be held at all, Tom.
Oh, boy.
What do you think of that?
S-A-D. N-O-T. Exclamation
A
point.
spelled out not joke.
No, I know it's very difficult. I just think it's really pointless.
I know.
Yeah, you learn a lot about Latin roots. And,
Yeah, how about your Latin roots?
Suffixes.
Now, we're learning a lot
Latin
about
derivatives.
roots. We're learning a lot about roots right now. I understand there's actually websites now for ladies and gents that dye their hair,
Oh, yeah.
and they're going to show what it's going to be like to go back to the natural color as it kind of...
Could be a lot of
expands.
skunk-looking people.
Yeah, that does get the skunk look after a month or so.
Oh, yeah.
But not you, Christy. Your hair's very nice and very nice.
No, yeah, I mean,
You give it a little goose every 6 months. But
I get a little highlight to
I
kind
think
of
every
turn
time
it
Alex Haley got a
gray
haircut,
blonde.
somebody made a roots joke. I can see your roots, Mr. Haley.
Yeah,
Real
probably.
good. Keep cutting.
Yeah, I get it every day. That and poor Robert Duvall. Yeah, I know you love the smell of omelets in the morning. Just make the omelet, Charlie. Okay.
Charlie. There's like six jokes in there.
Guys weren't a name there.
Sensei Charlie.
The ironic part is that, see, that line's from, never mind.
Free agent quarterback Jameis Winston trying to get the attention of NFL teams by pushing a 5,500-pound SUV, because this comes in handy during football games. The 26-year-old lost his position with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to Tom Brady. Winston's agents are trying to find him a spot on another team while he does his part.
Winston?
With feats of strength on the internet. In a video shared online, Winston can be seen pushing a 2020 Ford Expedition. Oh, that's the big one.
The big one.
That is a big
Up a slight incline. There were no details on the distance he traveled, but he pushed the SUV for about
Winston tastes good.
25 seconds before going for a
Thank you,
run.
Barn. Of course, interestingly enough, I don't know if you heard, did you watch the whole video?
No, I didn't watch the video at all.
Because it turned out a guy intercepted the car. It turned out to be another pick six.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's puzzled that he's not starting quarterback anymore.
Yes.
30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
Not good.
I don't know how many for pick six, but a lot. Somebody will tell me on Twitter, but I
had that. So I saw that yesterday. Here we go. I got it right here. Before he was let go, he led the NFL with over 5,000 passing yards, blah, 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 blah. He did lead the NFL with 30 interceptions, 7 of which were returned for touchdowns.
Oh, I thought it was higher than that.
There you go. Great name, though. God.
Well, they're expecting a lot out of Mr. Brady, though, there in Tampa Bay. We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
Well, they have the right to expect a lot out of him.
Well, how much longer can you expect a lot?
Yeah, 42. 42.
How much motivation does he still have?
Well,
he's got a lot to prove.
Get out of the house.
You get out of the house.
Probably a fair amount.
All right.
Comes walking at him, I make more money than you. Hey, speaking of the NFL, the Los Angeles Rams have unveiled a new logo.
Yeah.
The new branding features the letters LA with a ram's horn curved around the letters.
Kinda.
It looks like someone took the McDonald's arch and stuck it on a goat. Have you seen it, Christy?
No.
Here you go.
It's not very good.
The team is making changes in conjunction with the opening of the SoFi Stadium later this year. It's
not very good.
For opening. TMZ reports that some fans of the team do not care for the new logo. One fan said, if you're low on toilet paper, don't worry. You can get it now on NFL Shop, #Rams logo.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why are they just trying to rebrand? What's going on?
A new look, I guess. I don't know.
They've been in LA for what? How many years? And they're trying to suddenly.
Yeah.
It's not been that long, 4 or 5.
Right, but they didn't do this
when they moved
back to.
Well, when they moved to St. Louis, they changed their uniform colors.
Right, but they did not move they didn't change the logo when they moved back to LA, right?
Right.
So they're blue and yellow, and what are the Chargers? Blue and
like a powder blue,
okay.
Really.
All right. Yeah. It looks kind of like an airline logo. But,
it does.
People get used to it. I know there's many a logo we don't like when they first come out, but then we all kind of get used to it.
Who got in your ear since yesterday when you texted us this and said, "Look at this miscarriage of design"?
I think I said it looked like an airline logo. I thought it was pretty awful. No. People are just going to get used to it. They've already got the hats out. I understand. So,
well, then it's a done deal.
Coming up, we're
stupid world records.
And we're looking forward to reading your emails, et cetera, et cetera. Now, you can also. How else can you reach us, Josh?
Well, you can get our app at the app in place, or you can also text us at 888-262-8661, where I get 11 cents.
You get nothing. It's the app in place?
Yeah, any of the app in places, yeah.
Doesn't app in place sound like a restaurant you're doing? I've heard this app in place. It's
really great.
I've heard of Appian Way, but I've never heard.
The Appian Way, yeah.
The app place. Thank you very much. You can text us, or you can contact us via email. Love to hear from you. See how you're doing, and get squeeze some requests in. We're coming up with a little a special request for some head. It's a
what?
Organization. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show features the following announcement with this pair over here. That would be Christy Lee and Josh Arnold, and our friends at Navy Federal Credit Union.
That's exactly right, Tom. As soon as here we go. Uncertainty comes in many forms in military life, from unexpected changes in duty stations to sudden deployments, and we've all faced tough challenges individually, but right now, we're really facing some together.
That's right, Christy. And Navy Federal knows that our members face these times head on. Still, at Navy Federal Credit Union, we want you to know that we have your back because uncertain times call for reliable service.
No matter what, we remain committed to serving all our members all of the time. That means our branches will remain open as long as possible, and the safety of our members, employees, and community our first priority.
But you can also get in touch with our world-class member service, whether you're on a ship or ashore, at home or abroad.
That's right. We've had our members' backs for 87 years, in good times and bad. Maybe that's why we've been named one of the best military credit unions by U.S. News and World Report.
Serving active duty veterans and their families, and not just of the Navy, Christy, but of all branches of the military.
That's exactly right, Josh. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is federally insured by the NCUA.
Thank you very much. I like it when you go into your disclaimer.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Navy Federal Credit Union.
Winston thing. Do you know that he's actually smoking a Winston while pushing this car?
Well, that's something.
Oh no, that's a pencil. Sorry, I missaw that. Can you miss-see? Is that a thing?
You can miss-see.
I just invented it. Okay, good. We have a lot coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with you on a Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining us today. On the schedule, correspondent Jess Hooker will be stopping by. Also, our NFL correspondent, Gostkowski Economopoulos. A lot of moves in the NFL over the last couple of days, if you've been paying attention. If not, Gostkowski will fill you in. And one of our all-time favorites, comedian Gilbert Gottfried's going to be joining us. Let us know how his quarantine or his stay at home is going, wherever he is. That's coming up later this morning, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Longtime International Olympic Committee member Craig Reedy says he does not expect the Tokyo Olympics to be held in July as scheduled. He tells the Associated Press that everyone can see where things are headed with the coronavirus pandemic spreading and Olympic hopefuls around the world unable to train. IOC member Dick Pound told USA Today that he believes the Olympics will be postponed. Pound told the paper he expects the IOC to announce its next steps very soon, but the committee responded with a statement saying it's the right of every IOC member to interpret the decision of the executive board. USA Gymnastics says a majority of senior national team members have indicated in an anonymous survey that they were in favor of the Tokyo Olympics being pushed back from its scheduled July opening. And in the NFL, the New England Patriots have released kicker and franchise leading scorer Stephen Gostkowski. The three-time Super Bowl champion has spent his entire 14-year career in New England and has long passed Adam Vinatieri as the Patriots' leading scorer with over 1,700 points. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Do you enjoy a round? Row,
Oh, here we go.
You know, like a few.
Down the stream.
You know, like
Please get me a 6-foot rope.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac. Hey, first we gave you Real Girls on Video going. Woo! And the follow-up, Real Girls on Video going. Woohoo! And the bonus follow-up, Real Girls on Video going. Woo! Party! You would think that would be enough, huh? Nuh-uh. We're going one step further. For the ultimate follow-up video, we've got real girls who got real drunk and woke up with real bad hangovers and God only knows what else. Here's a sample. Okay.
Shh, hey, be quiet.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. It's about 6 in the morning, and we're just outside of our victim's door, right here in some skanky dormitory on campus. Let's go in.
Well, hey, what have we got here? If it isn't one of our Real Girls on Video from last night. Good morning, sunshine.
Ugh. Hey, what the? Oh, no. What are you guys doing here? Hey, I signed the waiver.
No biggie, darling. We're just here to film for our follow-up video, Real Girls on Video who got real drunk and woke up with real bad hangovers and only God knows what else. Hey, how you feeling?
Awful. I think I'm still drunk.
Hey, I'm not surprised. Harry Buffalo, draft beer, and a few shooters. What were you thinking?
Oh, God.
Hey, will you looky there? If it ain't one of our Real Girls on Video t-shirts. On the floor. Oh, yeah. Hey, that garbage got a real workout last night. Darling, I hate to make this any worse for you, but I can't help but notice that there's someone else in your bed.
Yeah, that's my new steady boyfriend.
Yeah, right. He looks like one of last night's obnoxious drunk guys going.
Wrong. He's sensitive, sincere, and he loves me.
Yeah, right. Hey, mind if I try something?
What?
Hey, pal, wake up.
Whoa, it's the camera dudes from last night. How's it hanging?
Hey, pretty good. Let me ask you something. You know that girl lying next to you? What's her name?
Tina?
Tina?
Sarah?
Sarah?
Not even close. Hey, darling, you think this could all get any worse for you?
Well, actually, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me. When you order Real Girls on Video who got real drunk and woke up with real bad hangovers and God only knows what else, you get the bonus tape. Real Girls spewing real hurls on video.
Yeah.
Hey, what am I smelling there? Peppermint schnapps?
Oh,
Get
yeah.
the whole series. Real Girls on Video going. Woo! Real Girls on Video going. Woo-hoo! And Real Girls on Video going. Woo!
Whew, that's a lot. 646. Oh, look at that. On the nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy has an update on that weather forecast.
Cloudy today. Look for a high of 50, maybe a slight afternoon shower, a slight chance for an afternoon shower. Sunny tomorrow. That's what we need to talk about. High 60.
Yay.
Yay.
Get some fresh air.
Yes.
Yeah, just remember, if you call in sick for the nice weather, you call in for 14 days.
We have a lot going on. Don't forget your shot at $1,000. Could be coming up fairly soon, so pay it. Let's see, where was I? Oh, I know. Well, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Ace Cosby is our engineer. Hello, Ace.
Hello.
Good to see you. Chick McGee across the way over there. That's Christy Lee right next to me at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Hi. Sorry, I was a little too close.
It's okay.
I moved.
Move 6 feet away. Josh Arnold, a solid 10 feet from me.
Yes. Hi.
If not 12. At the side in the sidekick chair. And then Pat Godwin is to my left.
7 feet.
8. Probably 8. Nice to have you back over there.
Nice to be back.
No, we were talking about...
He's such a liar.
Yeah, I know. We may be making arrangements for you to be elsewhere soon. It turns out there are 2 new LA Rams logos. I just sent you the other one. Well, no, it just they've unveiled them, and the one looks very much like an airline logo.
I got to say, the GOAT logo seems satanic to me.
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
does. It does.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
hey,
creepy.
You see this logo on a door with no wording. That's where the meeting is.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And we've already heard that, what's his name? The Canadian Olympic head dude, Dick Pound.
Wait a minute. What'd you say?
Dick Pound. He's one of the head folks at the Olympic Committee, and he says it looks like they're going to be moved a year, but they're not saying exactly when. So.
Just do it now.
I saw a diver interviewed this morning, and he said,
He said,
he was underwater, and he said,
did you hear that some of these guys have gotten so out of shape? Did you hear this?
Never mind.
This is true. if it's the same diver I saw, he's gotten so out of shape that his new best move is the cannonball. Adding that to the repertoire.
I saw.
Belly flop.
I want to hear what you have to say,
Yeah, I
Chick.
do too.
He's excited to have another year to train. He's
There you
He's
go.
going to be perfect. There you go.
I sure could use another year.
Yeah, my parents are real happy too. My 12th year of being red suited.
That's something you would
Do
normally...
they call it red suiting in swimming?
If you have a red suit on.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you sit
A
out
red
for
suit
year?
freshman?
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Just asking.
Stupid world record. You ready? Jeremy Munoz of Lubbock, Texas. This record was set a couple months ago. The most neckties worn at one time.
Wait a minute. Josh is leaving.
Tell me when the story's over.
316.
All right. Never mind.
No, he has so many on you can't see his head.
I'm back in.
You can barely see the top of his head.
Trust me, Josh.
He's
trust me.
so happy.
He's so
Look at
excited.
me!
How? And I guess they're heavy too.
It looks like it's got to be 50 pounch worth of
50,
neckties.
60
That's
pounds
a
worth
lot of neckties.
Can you imagine you go to the party and you walk in, oh, God, I didn't know I was supposed to wear a tie. Look at Jeremy. He has
fancy restaurant.
How many is he wearing?
316.
I love it. Love it. Good for him.
Love everything about it.
I haven't gone this from hate to love this quickly in a long time.
It's amazing. It's amazing. What do you think, Tom?
I think it's great. I was with Josh in the beginning.
I think we could break that record.
No, I don't think so.
317? Why not?
Maybe those skinny ties like people wore in the early 80s.
Like a new wave.
yeah.
I'm a Huey Lewis
on
fan. got the little skinny tie.
The Reservoir Dogs ties.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Man, it does seem beatable, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
But there's got to be a reason that it's not beaten every day.
It seems incredibly
Are they knotted or non-knotted?
They're knotted at the bottom, right?
They are knotted.
Yeah.
Any
I think-
clip-ons?
I think the I think the term necktie, they have to be tied.
Okay, yeah.
Qualifies a necktie.
Wow.
Because then you have
is it like a Windsor knot? Or
It's
is
a
it
little
just
bulky, right?
it looks like a Windsor knot.
Yeah, traditional.
Okay.
The Windsor.
So do you have to put it on and tie it, or do you tie them all and then put them on?
These are all good questions.
I think he tied them and then just slipped them over his head.
Oh, okay.
Making it's just time consuming.
Yeah, that's
and
all.
God knows we've got time.
And you got to have good shoulders, I'd think.
Yeah.
Hold
You
it
got to
up.
buy 300 plus ties.
Sure.
Oh, you could get those cheap at a nice
How many ties do you
secondhand
have?
store.
How many ties do you have?
Oh, God, I don't know. Probably 5.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, I think I have 2, maybe 3.
Really?
That's
How
it,
many do you
yeah.
have?
Oh, I probably got about 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
were
may
in
have
the
a few
business world for a while, weren't you?
Well, I never wore them there.
Oh.
I used to wear them doing stand-up.
Oh.
And then some.
What?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I think the first time I saw you, you were wearing a tie.
Yeah.
I think you're right, yeah.
Huh.
I think he's right about something in his life. I don't know why I said that. Let's move on. Stupid world.
Another
Part two. That's right. A 13-year-old girl in Louisiana. Is that how you say that? Sure. Or is it Louisiana or Louisiana?
Depends
I like
on
the
where
way you
live.
did. Yeah.
Where you
I
at?
like it.
This 13-year-old girl has set the Guinness World Records for most bounce, juggles, and wine man
What?
with 3 basketballs.
Bounce juggles.
Bounce juggles.
She's juggling. She's got 3 basketballs.
Yes.
And she's bouncing them.
Is this her real name?
Yeah, she's got a very unusual name. Her last name is Avant-Garde.
No kidding.
I mean, that's the name, not...
Yeah.
Zayla Avant-Garde.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
Who began practicing dribbling at the age of 5, bounced, juggled 3 basketballs 231 times, beating the previous record
I dribbled much younger than 5.
of 213.
I dribbled as
It's
a
a baby joke. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. What'd you say?
Same thing you did.
Okay.
Zayla hopes to one day take her skills to the WNBA.
Yeah, she's a great basketball player.
Oh, that's very cool.
There's even there's a video of her doing 5 basketballs, bouncing them at the same time.
Why the WNBA chick? Why isn't she good enough for the NBA?
Oh, boy.
Let's start this conversation.
Yeah, they got nothing to do on sports talk. Why don't we get into one of those pointless conversations like that? That'd be great. Of course, it's called bounce jiggling.
Juggling.
Bounce juggling.
Juggling,
bounce-
not jiggling.
Oh, sorry.
What
Bounce.
kind of rack does she have? Yeah,
Bounce
let's talk
jiggles
about
would be
that.
something that Donnie Baker.
Isn't Bounce Jiggles married to Dick Pound?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, bounce juggling. Forgive me. I literally just read it wrong.
And she's only 13. Good for her.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah,
she's
let's
a
not
great
forget,
basketball
she's
player.
only 13 talking about a rack.
I read it wrong, you jackass.
Good job.
I should do a By the way, we were referencing earlier on the show Jameis Winston, who is trying to get a new gig as a quarterback in the NFL, and he actually, there's a video of him pushing a very large SUV. It's a Ford Expedition, right?
Yeah.
That's the big boy.
You put it in neutral, I could push it.
I think there's one bigger than the Expedition.
That's something we could actually
Isn't the
get very
Excursion
easily
bigger?
done.
Wait a minute. If he gets to push a truck, I want to try the necktie record.
And if I push the truck, do I keep the truck?
I think you could push a truck on asphalt.
Wouldn't that be a fun contest? You can keep whatever you push.
I think you could push a truck.
I think so too.
How about
I think I could.
if I break the necktie record in the driver's seat, steering the truck that Josh is pushing?
Oh, now we
What
got
a show!
While playing the song Driver's Seat by Sniff in the Tears.
On my slide wheel.
That'll kill a couple of hours. This is the actual. We were talking about the Flintstones, though. Mm-hmm. This is actually from the Flintstones.
Speaking of Jameis Winston,
they used to run these commercials. This is legit. This is not. This is not a professional voice imitator guy. Here we go.
The Flintstones, brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should.
I'm just happy that I was alive during that time.
And Fred is holding a cigarette that smoke. The smoke is coming up.
They're standing in Fred's backyard. And he's talking to Barney across the stone fence.
Of course.
You know, man, these women.
Can you imagine that in today's world?
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Just amazing.
You're watching the Sesame Street, and
oh man,
the two old guys. Two old guys passing a J.
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah.
Passing the
J. Okay. We'll update you on all these things coming up, and we also have a special treat. Have you ever heard this one, by the way?
Yabba-dabba-doo. When you're due for a beer, Busch does it. Oh, there's a lot of Busch gonna be sold. Beginning right now. Fill her up, Fred.
Yep, those were the days, huh? Can you imagine?
Oh, it's great.
Cigarettes and beer on the kids' cartoon.
Man.
Hey, Elmo, you want to do some shots?
Have you seen that? See a shot, do a shot? Have you seen that?
I have seen that.
See a shot, do a shot, and see 10, do 10.
Well, when we come back, you can explain what that means. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks so much for joining us today. We are live in studio for now, Tuesday, the 24th of March. It's 2020, and what a interesting start to the year it's been, huh? We'll have updates on the coronavirus coming up with Christy in news in a matter of moments. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Chinese authorities are lifting a lockdown in most of its virus-hit Hubei province. People who were cleared will be able to leave after midnight tonight. The city of Wuhan, where the outbreak started, will remain locked down until April 8th. China barred people from leaving or entering Wuhan starting January 23rd and expanded it to most of the province in succeeding days. Hubei has seen almost no new infections for more than a week. Asian stock markets are higher after the U.S. Federal Reserve promised economic support as Congress delayed action on a $2 trillion aid package. Tokyo's benchmark advanced nearly 6%, while Shanghai and Hong Kong were higher. The Fed said it would buy as much Treasury debt and other assets as needed to keep financial markets functioning. That helped to offset unease over the failure of an aid bill in Congress. And Florida's governor plans to issue an executive order mandating that anyone arriving on flights from New York City and the surrounding area submit to self-quarantine for 2 weeks. Governor Ron DeSantis says over 100 such flights arrive daily in Florida, and he believes each one contains at least one person infected by the coronavirus. Passengers won't be able to stay with family or friends, since that is one way the virus is spread. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says he understands the order, but has mixed feelings about travel restrictions. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
I went to a place that served exotic dishes like elk and wild boar. I heard it was delicious, but one thing I ate made me sick. It's so sad to see good beaver gone bad. Good beaver gone bad. It was tough and dry. I took a whiff and almost fainted. The pink had turned brown and it tasted kind of tainted. You take your chances eating out. I should have had the trout. Good beaver gone bad. Good beaver gone bad. You want it fresh, don't let it spoil rotten. Or leave it hanging around where it's forgotten. Better eat it while it's hot, 'cause pretty soon it's not. Yeah, a good beaver goes bad. Love is dried up. It once was so delicious. She's cruel and she's cold now, vile and vicious. She was up to no good while she gnawed on the wood. Good beaver gone bad. Good beaver, good beaver, good beaver gone bad.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Jewel Burks, ambassador for Gold Series. Because of the work I put in behind the scenes, I'm good enough to be in whatever room I'm in. Youngest person in the room? Check. Only woman? No problem. Only black woman? All good. My work is my passion and my purpose. I'm Jewel Burks, managing partner of Collab Capital. How do you work?
Gold Series hair products work hard like you, providing deep moisture to strengthen and protect your hair from within. We work hard while you work wonders.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on a low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said, anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, hey, what gives me?
Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us. Now, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay. It must be.
Oh, I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that, are you kidding?
Yeah, no. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on, you realize it's not your girl.
7:02 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Quick forecast, Miss Christy Lee.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Cloudy today, slight chance for an afternoon shower. High 50, 38 now.
That was very quick.
Yeah,
Be listening for some serious cash. Oh.
Do what I'm doing.
We're back. Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show. The date, 24 March 2020. The siege continues. But we're going to have some fun anyway. What the hell?
Yes.
Let's see. There's our the joke meister himself. He's our engineer, Ace Cosby, and I just suddenly got that itch.
Oh.
It's going to be a special edition of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. In fact, I'm going to do it before we even do the intros. How about that?
What?
Let's just
Unprecedented.
break it off right here.
Please don't.
No one knows who you are, so. Ace Cosby, go ahead, please, sir.
This one's in just to irritate Chick from Brian.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. I didn't write that one.
Well,
no need for a disclaimer. That was some quality humor.
What? I think you go. What do you call a sleeping male cow? That way you can get the bull in later.
I don't know. That seems like a lot of a road to go down to get to that short punchline.
No. Let's fix this. So also,
Let's see. That's Josh Arnold in the sidekick chair. Christy Lee is at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Hi, everybody.
Christy, this is Tom speaking. Pat Godwin is over there in the music corner. And special edition, special guest in her normal Tuesday slot. It's Jess Hooker.
In a soundproof booth.
Hey, guys.
Oh, you sound
Hi.
perfect.
Now, I just have a simple question. I'm glad that you're in there because we're trying to keep...
we have a special camera on her, too, I guess.
We're trying to keep our separation.
Yeah.
I talked to a medical professional and was told, yes, keep them separated.
Mm-hmm.
And my only question is, and you're in what is normally the performance room where the bands are.
Right.
How come there's no lights on in there?
I don't know.
All you got to do is turn the lights on.
I don't. Here comes Oski.
We can barely see.
We're a union shop. She's not qualified. There you go.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you very much. And that's ordinarily where we have our bands. And that reminds me, by the way, a lot of bands are doing cool stuff where they can't go out and do shows.
Online?
Right.
They're streaming stuff here and there, and that would include some good friends of ours.
The Black Moods.
The Black Moods are going to do a shelter-in-place live concert on Facebook Live. And the thing about this that really gets me is these guys, they're good friends of the show. They were about to be opening for Metallica.
Oh, man. No kidding.
So great career break for a great band. Anyway, the Black Moods, it's going to be Thursday evening at 7 Pacific time.
Okay.
I'll get some more info for you, but just some cool stuff. Now, right now, we have an interesting request. Chick McGee had a story about the world record for the most neckties being worn by an individual.
316 that I'm going to break at some point.
All right.
Okay. Which actually leads to this a classic event, really, with the great Tom Whiskey. If you're familiar with
truly was an unbelievable moment.
Tom Whiskey, and here it is.
Wow. Doc Whiskey, what brings you here?
Hiya, Doc.
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
Why are you here, Doc?
Pleased to be here, fellas. Sorry if my voice is cracking.
Late night?
Had a late night last night. Went out to a really fancy restaurant. Got into the Champagne.
Oh, my.
Well, there we are, sitting right near next to the front of the restaurant. And it was kind of way out of town. But real fancy place. You have to wear a jacket and tie.
Ooh, that is fancy.
Can't wear blue jeans. You got to wear leather shoes. They make a real big deal out of it.
Wow.
So I'm sitting there, and this guy, he comes in and doesn't have a coat and tie on. The maitre d' says to him, "Sir, we require a coat and a tie at this restaurant." So the fella goes, "Oh, okay." Kind of a big guy.
Yeah.
Goes back out to his car. I'm looking out the window. I can see him rummaging around. Finally, he emerges with a coat. Comes back in, kind of dusting off the coat. I was even sitting in his car for a while.
Probably a bit wrinkled.
Maitre d' says, "Sir, I said a coat and a tie. Oh, you need a tie to eat in our establishment." This big fella goes, "Okay." Goes back outside. I look out the window. There he is, rummaging around in his trunk. Takes himself a pair of jumper cables.
Yeah.
And ties a perfect Windsor knot.
With jumper cables.
With jumper cables.
With jumper cables.
And this big fellow walks in. Big, tall guy. Walks into the restaurant. Maitre d' looks at him and he goes, well, I see you got a coat, and looks at those jumper cables and he goes, I guess you got a tie. I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you in, but don't try and start nothing.
Simply gorgeous.
A classic from Dr.
Very
Tom
nice.
Whiskey. Bar.
Gorgeous
nice.
piece of business right there.
Now, I love going through the mail, and because you get stuff and you go, no way. Mm-hmm. No way, this isn't real. Dear Bob and Tom Show, this comes to us from Rick. He writes, did you know that the astronauts use the Floby?
No.
What? Really?
Now, the Floby...
Everything is suction in
Well,
space.
that's true. They use a form of a Floby.
They use a Floby to go to the bathroom.
Because Josh and I can't get a haircut right now.
Yeah.
And
we're
you're looking pretty good, Josh.
We're more
Oh, thanks. It's pretty crazy, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't grow it anymore. I got the big bald thing going on top. So
None of us can get a haircut.
I don't want to be that guy. Anyway, I don't want to be ponytail guy.
Skullet guy.
Skullet guy, yeah.
You know, that's true. None of us could get
Yeah. Are we going to do Floby Day?
haircut. Barber,
Well, so we talk about
specifically prohibited.
And the Floby is kind of a vacuum cleaner thing. You put like a clamp on it.
A suck and cut.
Yeah.
Jess, are you familiar with the Floby?
Yeah, I think I remember it from Wayne's World.
That's
they
right.
use it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
The suck cut. Yeah.
So this guy writes this. So I thought, well, that's not
Garth
happening.
goes, man, stop it.
And so I go online here, and there's aboard the International Space Station, Chris Hadfield using a Floby.
Holy cow.
So
Tom,
who knew?
Tom, they use suction when they urinate. They use suction when the other process.
But I mean,
They can't just cut their hair and float around.
Well,
They
it seems
can't just-
obvious now, but I never considered that they used a Floby.
I mean, but is it an
You
actual
did?
Floby or is it some NASA
Well, I'm
approved?
sure it's a NASA
gotta be a
approved.
NASA
Well, how long are they up
The
there? that
Flobies
they-
are only $100.
So NASA found a way to do one for $80,000.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know if it's an actual Floby, but I
But
think
what's the
that's
problem if they can't get their hair cut while they're in space?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, they're brushing their bangs all the side all the time, and
Is that right?
I
I'm
can't
going to
see
look
how
like
the-
Cousin It in another couple weeks.
Goes off the weight of the spacecraft with additional
Here's
hair.
a picture of an actual Floby, and it's got a big long vacuum cleaner hose on it, and the guy's they've got some guy with a great head of hair doing his own hair. So
How about that?
Maybe we can get a Floby. We can do Floby Day on the show.
Okay.
Well,
See how it
I'm
works.
down.
You'd get the Floby?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Yep.
see if we can make arrangements to get one here and get that
Okay.
done for you. Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
tried to get one, but the delivery's a little far out.
Oh,
if you know what I mean.
That's sports.
the second wave of Corona will be over by the time.
Yeah.
That's right, folks. Second wave.
COVID.
You think you got it bad now? Wherever you go, whatever you do, stay home. Always be a good sport. Stay healthy.
Okay.
Christy?
Just hours after declaring that liquor stores and recreational dispensaries would have to close, the mayor of Denver
Was shocked.
reversed his decision. Liquor stores and cannabis
begin.
dispensaries had been inundated with panic crowds. So yesterday, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock ordered residents to stay home.
Wait a minute. What's his name?
Michael Hancock.
Mike Hancock.
Hey, Hancock.
What'd you do last night, Hancock? How's your hand?
Hey, you in the news in New York about self-pleasure, Hancock.
Never mind his hand. How's his...
Anything? No?
He said non-essential businesses, which included liquor stores and dispensaries, would close at 5 p.m. on Tuesday till April 10th. After the mayor suggested residents stock up for the coming weeks, the stores and dispensaries were swarmed with panicked shoppers. The city later tweeted that liquor and marijuana stores with extreme physical distancing in place will be exempt from the mandate.
Okay.
I would like to mention
6
the
feet or
fabulous app that you could have on your iPhone called Drizzly, D-R-I-Z-L-Y, for liquor delivery.
Oh.
This has been Jake McGee.
I mean, don't you think somebody on his staff would have said, duh?
Yeah.
How dumb an idea is that? And then, of course, you've got all the people did you see any of the pictures of this? So now you've got people in these huge lines all passing around the virus.
Well, that's an interesting thing. I was at a big box store yesterday, and they were only letting 25 people in at a time, but you still had all these people lined up.
Yeah, what?
All outside. I guess a cart would be 6 feet, wouldn't it, between you? I don't know.
Well, that place,
a Costco.
if it's Costco,
Yeah.
Those Escalades.
Those are
Let's see,
10
Jameis
carts.
Winston couldn't push one of those up a hill. Referencing a story from an hour ago, sorry. No, this is... how did someone on the mayor's staff not say, Mr. Mayor, that's a really bad idea?
Well, the virus comes first, right?
Honest to God, I found this out. I was talking to some friends of mine in Colorado at the time, and I said, "Where's so-and-so?" I won't use his actual name.
Yeah.
And, of course, he's gone down to the dispensary because they're going to stop selling his medicine here in about
Al Jackson, right? And how did he...
Right, go on. Yeah.
I specifically said I'm not going to use his name. I mean, someone on his staff should have gone, closing the dispensaries, Mr. Mayor, not cool, man. Has this guy never been to last call at a bar?
It's really
Yeah,
red.
apparently not.
Man. Wow. And this is, I would think now more than ever, I assume pot sales where it's legal are going way up, and I imagine where it's illegal, they're going way up.
I would assume.
Probably.
I don't know.
A lot of downtime. A lot of guys kicking hacky sacks in Colorado today. Waiting in lines with gaps every 6 feet. I assume.
What do you have against guys with hacky sacks?
Nothing. It's a great skill. It's a great skill.
It's just a stereotype.
Yeah, he
he's
equates
reinforcing.
hacky sacks to marijuana smokers.
I heard a little disdain in your voice. Hacky sack.
No, it's
a bunch of hippies playing with their hacky
it's
sacks.
a very handy skill. I think if you apply for any kind of a job, you want to write that on there.
Is that right?
Yeah. My skill
World
set includes
champion hacky sack?
I can roll perfect joints, and I can wield a hacky sack while in line at a dispensary. Okay. Good to know. Okay, thank you very much. Christy, give us the preview. What's coming up?
We have a lot more toilet paper news coming up. In fact, an online toilet paper calculator is apparently out there.
How is that? All right.
How are nursing home residents spending this lockdown? We have some interesting stories on that.
Writing wills.
Yeah.
You guys.
Counting the days even more so? Is that what's going on? Go out and make it a great day, but stay home.
I hope they're banging it out and
they're
having
smashing
fun.
everything. Yeah.
There you go.
It's the last day on earth, baby. Let's do this.
That one was so good. Something almost emerged there. Coming up, we have Donnie Baker and a special request for something that you'll be enjoying, I hope. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I am Mark Allison. Thanks so much for joining us here. It is a Tuesday. We are here live, the 24th of March. Thanks for joining us. Jess Hooker, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Gilbert Gottfried on the way. Stay tuned. More coming up. The Bob and Tom Show right after this on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Kenny Rogers' family is planning a private service for his funeral with a public memorial later. Kenny Rogers died Friday at the age of 81. His family suggests that those who want to donate in Rogers' name should consider giving to the Recording Academy's COVID-19 Relief Fund to help music professionals out of work because of the coronavirus. Moving the Tonight Show to his house hasn't left Jimmy Fallon without guests. The late-night hosts at-home edition will include John Legend tonight, Neil Horan Wednesday, Alec Baldwin Thursday, Tina Fey on Friday. Yesterday's guests were Trevor Noah and DJ Dean Ice. NBC says the segments with guests talking to Fallon from their homes, part of a continuing hybrid episodes that include highlights from past shows. And Amazon is giving parents free streaming access to more than 40 children's shows, including Pete the Cat, and If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and select seasons of PBS Kids shows, including Arthur and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Interested users can access the free kids titles with a valid Amazon account, which is free. The shows are available to the company's customers worldwide and usually are behind the Prime Video paywall. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
I was watching TV with my buddy Stevie when we saw the strangest thing. It was so compelling, a woman was selling maxi pads that had wings. I turned to Channel 3 and what did I see? A woman who looked real rich. She was living on the hill and pitching Vagisil for the special feminine itch. I tried once more and I turned to Channel 4 and I was shocked, I must confess. A gal who was chunky said when she's smelling funky, she just squirts it with FDS. Well, it's on every station, it's plugging up the nation with feminine hygiene ads. Douches and ointments and OBG appointments, and don't forget your maxi pads, 'cause they have wings to fly. Let's give it a try, it's feminine hygiene. Well, a mama and a daughter walking by the water, somebody don't feel fresh. Monostat 7 put her back in heaven, 'cause the yeast really makes a mess. Middle-aged debutante looking for a lubricant, I still can hear her voice. Her mama done told her when a woman gets older, the muffin downstairs don't stay moist. Well, it's on every station, an oversaturation of feminine hygiene dames. Creams and lotions and all her emotions and all the water she retains. It's so insane, this game. There's too many names for feminine hygiene. Why do we have to view all that stuff girls go through? It's really got my stomach reeling. Let's give those ads we see a hysterectomy, or at least make them more appealing. 'Cause they're on every station, an oversaturation of feminine hygiene ads. Douches and ointments and OBG appointments, creams and lotions and all her emotions. Summer's even Massengill, and if you itch, huge Vagisil. Kotex, Tampax, Gynacort and Yeastex. Norforms, Pamprin, Feminique and Replens. Motrin, Midol for when you're suicidal. Monostat, Femstat, a plug for this, a pat for that. The list goes on and on. It's so insane to me. It's on my TV. It's
7:21 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's Christy Lee. She's got the weather forecast. Christy.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Cloudy today, slight chance for an afternoon shower. Look for a high of 50. Partly cloudy overnight, low 36. Beautiful day tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. High 60 degrees plus. Currently 38.
Thank you very much. Here's an interesting way you could pay some bills. We have a couple of shots. In fact, one of them should be coming up. You know what I'm talking about?
Put $1,000 in your hand.
Yeah, $1,000.
10,000 if you win 10 times.
Not sure you're eligible for that, but
sorry.
The other 9 paid for by Josh Arnold. Offer void everywhere. That went well.
I heard what Tom said.
Welcome back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
I just accidentally created a conference call.
Don't you love when you do that?
Yes.
What do you mean? You're never on the conference calls.
No, Tom's on every one of them.
He was on one yesterday.
I had
internal problems.
3 yesterday.
Internal problems.
Oh, no, I ignore those.
Here's how it goes. Can you ask Tom what his problem is? Stuff like that.
You know, that is where Tom will jump on grenades for us. He'll take the conference calls and we don't have to.
3 yesterday.
Yeah.
A lot of people right now in today's specifically odd atmosphere doing a lot of conference calls.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, who is where and what are we doing? This is the Bob and Tom Show. Our engineer is Ace Cosby, not on camera. Because he's out of position there. Did he breathe while he was over there?
I don't know.
We're 10 feet apart. We have Chick McGee across the way. Then let's see. Then there's Josh in the sidekick chair. This is Tom speaking.
Tom, you're my dirty.
My dirty. Pat Godwin is over there in the music corner, and then Christy Lee is at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk, and Jess Hooker joins us, and she's in the performance room.
Yep, ready for my glamour shots.
We got
relit.
You know what? You kind of look like a scary movie host.
Well, that's what it's.
No.
Yeah.
I think your fries are done.
We have a weird light on you. I think it'd look even cooler if we killed the rest of the lights and just left that light that's in front of you on. Is that possible?
Regular production.
But what's great about this is that this looks like that's the scene on one of those game shows where Jess Hooker can't hear us right now. Oh, that's so cool. Does that look good on camera? Does that look good? We're streaming the show on YouTube. So if you're getting out of your car and you can't find us on your favorite radio station, please.
What's your favorite music station?
You can, if you have one of those Alexa or one of those other devices, you can find your radio station on your device.
Yeah.
By the way, because a lot of people don't have radios anymore. But
the last time I was looking at a woman through glass like this, I was feeding tokens into the slot.
You're not going to have the same outcome this morning.
Oh, you'd be surprised. There's a 6-minute break coming up.
And her heels are up on the glass. Is that?
Hey. We also, for those that can't see, you're using what looks like kind of an old-fashioned microphone.
I love that. It's weird. It feels like a toy.
And you know what? It sounds great. I think her mic sounds the best of all of ours.
Those are great microphones.
Huh. But I'm going to steal them.
Hi, Jess. How are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Fine. Does it feel weird in
so
there?
far, so
It feels
good.
weird. I don't like it. I miss you guys. I want to be in there.
Yeah. Right. Everybody healthy over there at at your compound?
Yeah, we're doing great. We're hanging in there. Yeah.
Okay. Now, we have. Did I introduce everybody?
I think so.
Okay,
So,
good,
yeah.
good. We're keeping our distance. We're more than 10 feet apart, and
thank goodness for this large studio.
Yeah, it comes in handy.
It's a time to be grateful.
Would Tom fire me if I walked over and kissed him on the cheek? Do you think I would lose my job?
I touched him yesterday accidentally. It didn't go well.
Yeah, he touched his shoulder.
Did not go well.
You touched him on accident?
I did.
Yeah.
I touched his shoulder.
And I don't know if you noticed that the next break I was wearing a different shirt. I keep about 40 shirts in my office so I can change it constantly.
Tom, have you ever punched someone?
I almost did yesterday.
This is not a good time for punching because then they could expel bodily fluids into your eye.
I don't know if you heard this coming in, Jess, but Tom said, be careful walking your dogs because the virus is on the street and it might get on their paw.
No, that's not what I said.
That's exactly what you
Christy has been taking her mother food.
Right.
Yeah, and I took the dog yesterday to brighten her mood a little bit.
And so if the dog's in her car and then the dog runs out into her mom's house, I'm just saying, what if she'd sneezed on the dog?
She didn't sneeze on the dog.
No, what if you did?
I didn't sneeze on my dog.
What if your daughter did?
None of us have
my
symptoms.
daughter wasn't even near the dog. They weren't even home yesterday. Nobody was near the dog.
Just saying. Just give her the food. She's suffering enough eating your cooking.
Oh, for God's sake.
I've eaten Christy's cooking, and it's been fine. It's been great.
Thank you, John.
Just because you're sucking up to her now doesn't mean...
I'm not. She made...
Kids are still alive. I've been making 3 meals a day.
She brought me some salmon.
That wouldn't be the title of a cookbook. Hey, it's the new cookbook from Christy Lee. Hey, my food didn't kill my kids.
Kids are still alive. That's right.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We've got a lot to get to here. What I'd like to do right now is, could you answer the...
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hi, Donnie.
Donnie, how are you?
I'm good, but Christy, you could send some stuff over. You've been that busy baking, you know.
Wow.
Whippy's still on canned goods and, you know, refilling Lunchables. You know you're bored when you stay up till 4 talking about theories of the universe over a fish pan full of brownies my bass player Todd Boner made.
Todd Boner made the brownies?
Yeah, I'll say it like this, Tom. With everything going on right now, I'm working on an email to that dick that owns Tesla about taking a rocket to the moon, met a couple hot chicks.
Really?
I'll colonize the whole place.
Yeah.
You know, so I can flip this house or whatever. The thing I don't understand is why am I the only one to come up with such a great idea?
Well,
it's probably been, 200 years? I read this book endorsed by Art Bell. It says the moon has been inhabited since it was roamed by these megalodons, could eat man, dinosaur rexes, but then something happened and all the dinosaurs went extinct. Some people think it's due to like a meteor or flood, but scientists ain't quite sure.
No.
What could have even caused it?
Donnie, there were never dinosaurs on the moon.
What, you can't afford binoculars, Tom?
What?
Everybody knows that all their bones and skeletons are on the dark side of the moon, so it's impossible to see them with your raw, naked eyes. You laugh, but when Louis Armstrong came back from his Apollo 13 mission, he brought back a big sack full of dinosaur dung.
So, Neil Armstrong.
Still in Smithsonian.
This is one small step.
Thank you. Chick will tell you, drive-by media don't cover that.
No.
I'm ready to go to the moon. I could use a little break from all this insanity down here on the planet Earth.
I agree with
People
that.
hoarding toilet paper. You know, like hoarding toilet paper like they found a brick of scratch-off tickets that fell off the back of a truck. That Woofy and Boner and me are down to our last roll of it. Toilet paper. Yep. Got to choose wisely. And after that, all them socks I couldn't find a match for, well, they'll finally be put to good use.
Don't flush them, Donnie.
Oh,
you know the best part about colonizing the moon? We was talking about it. There'd be no more soccer.
Why not?
I'd like to see one of them soccer dicks, Josh, try scoring a goal with the ball floating 20 foot above the goal.
Good point.
Well,
So I'm announcing right here on Bob and Tom Show, my campaign for mayor of the moon is official moon mayor. I promise to drop my seed in as many moon mommies as possible.
Moon mommies. All
Christy,
right.
you're invited. You give me 12 years, I'll have that entire place pollinized. Swear to God, I will. I gotta go.
Okay, thanks.
M-O-O-N.
Donnie apparently got into the brownies.
It sounds like it.
But Art Bell endorsed the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Must have been great.
Remember that? Remember the great Larson cartoon, and it was captured the real reasons the dinosaurs are extinct, and they're all standing around smoking.
You mean smoking like the Flintstones?
And smoking like the Flintstones.
The Flintstones, brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should.
Different times.
Yeah.
Do you suppose the guys in Madison Avenue were thinking, well, it's a kid's show, but what the hell?
Well, the moms and dads
It's
are
on
watching.
prime time. Exactly. Yeah, the parents.
Don't you plainly remember when seatbelts became mandatory in car, or they started putting them in cars other than, I think Volvos were the first to put seatbelts in.
My aunt had aftermarket seatbelts put into her Chevrolet.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Before they were
standard.
Yes, she had black.
She went somewhere.
Yes.
What was the weirdest thing that she ever did?
That sounds like
I'd have to think for quite a while.
Because she was really out there.
Is
You
that-
get this naturally.
Oh, no, she was never.
You know, that's interesting that your aunt imprinted all this.
I know.
And that was your dad's sister?
Or your mom.
Right.
Oh, your dad's.
Yeah. She was the one that was super safety, everything.
Oh,
wow.
She was the one.
Yeah, she's the one responsible for all of this.
Yeah,
that's what.
All of this, from hell's heart, she stabs at us.
If she's here,
From hell's heart.
Yeah.
If she were alive today,
Thanks, Flo.
she would be wearing a hazmat suit.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Holed up with a shotgun by 5 Mile Creek in Harbor Springs, Michigan. Stand back. I'll shoot. That's her. That was her.
I've always wanted to do that.
What?
Cock a shotgun.
Yeah.
I've never done it.
Oh, it's fun.
It's in my bucket list.
Ever fired one?
I want a one-hand cock it like the Terminator.
Oh. Yeah.
It's got to be impossible.
You may want to be.
That's gotta be
you may want to be
impossible.
trained before you do this thing.
Remember the morning I shot an Uzi?
Yeah, we all did. Remember that?
That had to have been a bizarre.
That was intense.
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't want to shoot. I just want to cock it.
All right.
I just want to cock it.
We heard you.
all right, we got it. That actually leads to this, and I don't know if you saw
Dick
this.
Pound? Oh,
if you saw this, Jess, it is kind of Dick Pound. A couple Fridays ago, they released the Hillary Clinton documentary.
Yeah.
In which Bill actually acknowledges the whole Monica Lewinsky thing and says that the whole affair occurred because he was under a lot of stress and he needed to relieve his anxiety and stress. And that's,
See, ladies, do your part.
That's
so
right.
that's how that happened. Which and then Mr. Clinton actually decided to cash in on that with the following announcement.
Hello, America. This is former President Bill Clinton. In the just-released documentary about my wife, Hillary, I explained the reason I had an affair with Monica Lewinsky. I was under a great deal of stress at that time, and I needed to relieve the tension I was feeling. And I got to tell you, it really worked. That's why I want to share this fantastic method to help you relieve the tension in your life. It's a simple, all-natural solution that brings instant relief. The scientific name is Homeopathic Ejaculatory Anxiety Discharge. HEAD. HEAD for short. HEAD relaxes you and clears your mind, similar to yoga or meditation, but it blows them away. Anyway, when I'm stressed out, feeling grumpy and irritable, all I need is a little head to put a smile back on my face. And I like head because it's convenient. You can get head almost anywhere. At the office, a hotel room, in your car, or in the parking lot at that truck stop out by the interstate.
Yeah.
Most places. Except for at home. Don't even bother asking. Hillary thinks it's gross. So anyway, don't walk around feeling blue. Try some head today. I love it so much, I bought the company. I keep moving from one head job to another.
Bill, who are you talking to?
Uh-oh, I gotta go.
Thank you very much, former President Clinton and his new product out there. Now, getting a lot of mail. This is great. Thank you very much. We know that you may be cooped up. And don't forget, you can use your Alexa or your other, whatever those units are called, if you want to
Alexa,
find us.
order a canoe. Then
don't do that.
Google Home. You can use that.
Listen to us on your favorite radio station, on your Alexa, if you want to. How about that? We were talking yesterday about an order that was sent out to Amish folks.
Yes.
Because obviously this can affect everybody. They don't. The virus does not discriminate by national origin, sex, or
religious affiliation.
Yes.
I was sent a picture on Twitter yesterday of someone who caught a buggy full of toilet paper. There was a guy.
What?
I'm not kidding.
What?
I will
an
have to
Amish
show it to you.
shoplift?
No, an Amish person who apparently had
Hoarding?
stocked up on some toilet paper.
That is pretty funny. But
how much toilet paper do you go through at your house in a week?
I never really did the ciphering.
Yeah, I haven't either.
However, there is, before we get to this story, there is a computer calculator for that that's coming up. And I did want to say this. Got this letter. Kurt writes, I worked at a job last year with a lot of Amish. The Amish kids working there were glued to their smartphones. One kid was addicted to Candy Crush.
Oh,
it's a great game.
Yeah, but so apparently, because the question was, were the Amish people, are they finding out about this? Then we heard from two different doctors that work with Amish people, and the word is out. But,
I don't know what the guidelines are, but they're still adhering to them, even if they
apparently
take part in some sort of modern
There isn't an Amish pope that makes all the rules.
There's not?
I don't think there is a
Grand Poobah.
No, there isn't.
The head of the Amish
There's
church?
no head on.
There isn't a, head
bishop or whatever.
Like a John Smith, like
so
a Brigham
Young.
They're
not all the same. So, but
like
in
an
any,
Amissioner?
in any event, that would be a good name, the Amissioner.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's
now.
Have you seen? Speaking of the Terminator, have you seen online? Evidently, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He first of all, he has a TikTok account.
Yes.
And people have been retweeting this. He has like 2 pet horses.
Little baby miniature horses.
Miniature horses that
eating off the table with him.
are in the house with him.
Yes.
He's eating breakfast and he's handing them like arugula.
Yeah.
And their horses are just.
They're like Great Dane size. So
My
they're just
point
standing
is,
there.
No kidding.
Someone needs to do a wellness check on Mr. Schwarzenegger, I think, is what my point is.
When you've got miniature horse in the kitchen money.
Yeah. 2 miniature horses.
Even after the divorce.
Yeah.
Those Terminator movies must pay well.
Tom, I have this on Twitter. This message is for Tom. This is from Mike. Tom, I thought you were smarter than this. The Flintstones were originally a primetime show with adults as the largest demographic. They did not run cigarette commercials once the repeats moved to daytime TV.
No, we knew that. It was primetime. It was on Fridays at what? Was it 7:30?
7:30 Fridays.
Yeah.
Batman was on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right. It's just still weird. The notion that these cartoon
Right.
characters are,
Yeah, I did. I was
Again, different times.
Yeah, but I just have to wonder the guys on Madison Avenue at the time. It's pretty cynical.
Yeah.
Surgeon General says these are bad for you. Let's market them to kids.
Well, candy cigarettes, remember those?
Oh, yeah.
They were everywhere.
You can still
get those.
They sucked.
Yeah,
they were just fun to pretend
You're
like you
right.
were smoking,
They
but they
did
were
suck.
awful.
Your problem was the taste.
Yes. Terrible.
Remember they had a little chalk to them if you
but the candy cigars
pink
though
at the end.
Yep.
I mean the bubblegum cigars were excellent.
They were excellent.
They were good.
Kind
a lot
of
of
powdery.
the bubblegum cigar.
But the bubblegum that came with baseball cards, not good.
No, you could shave with them.
It was like chewing a piece of slate.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
I didn't know this worked, but on Twitter, I've received 3 tweets that all of their smart devices tried to order a canoe.
Don't do that again.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Hey, honey, the canoe came.
Damn you, McGee!
Okay. We're going to come. Give me the teaser, Christy. What do you got next?
Well, we do have that online toilet paper calculator coming up, and I can't wait to get to this nursing home story because this, to me, is very funny. Hungry hippos at the nursing home.
Well, they have games, right? They want to play.
No, but
No, this is
real hippos?
Well,
you'll find out.
You'll find out.
In life-size everything.
Yeah.
No game board.
Alexa, order bubblegum cigars.
Stop doing that. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. BobandTom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Looking for something to distract you later on tonight? Well, let me tell you, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, it's Bob and Tom Tonight. 20 minutes of video highlights from today's Bob and Tom Show tonight on the YouTube. All you have to do is go to Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, subscribe today. That's free, and you can be watching Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Just search Bob and Tom YouTube or go to bobandtom.com. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Longtime International Olympic Committee member Craig Reedy says he does not expect the Tokyo Olympics to be held in July as scheduled. He tells the Associated Press that everyone can see where things are headed with the coronavirus pandemic spreading and Olympic hopefuls around the world unable to train. IOC member Dick Pound told USA Today that he believes the Olympics will be postponed. Pound told the paper he expects the IOC to announce its next steps very soon, but the committee responded with a statement saying it's the right of every IOC member to interpret the decision of the executive board. USA Gymnastics says a majority of senior national team members have indicated in an anonymous survey that they were in favor of the Tokyo Olympics being pushed back from its scheduled July opening. And in the NFL, the New England Patriots have released kicker and franchise leading scorer Stephen Gostkowski. The 3-time Super Bowl champion has spent his entire 14-year career in New England and has long passed Adam Vinatieri as the Patriots' leading scorer with over 1,700 points. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
The big story yesterday comes to us from the city of New York, where they have issued a safe sex guidelines. This release says you are your safest sex partner. The next safest option is to have sex with, quote, someone you live with.
Do I need to clarify? Or?
Right, yeah, no,
okay.
A romantic partner, not necessarily your parents.
See, I thought maybe that was implied.
The release.
Mom, the governor said.
Finally. Dad, you want to watch?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Joe Jefferson Vocabulary Builder Upper. The Bob and Tom Show does not endorse this product, nor any claims made by Jeff Joseph or anyone affiliated with him.
Here's something new from the creator of the Joe Johnson Memory System.
Hello, I'm Jack Johnson. I get letters from thousands of happy customers who have used my memory system to improve their memory. I get faxes, emails, phone calls, and I even get thousands of letters from happy customers, all of whom have used my memory system to improve their memory's remembering ability. But are you aware that people often judge you based upon the size of your vocabulary? It's true. If you have a teensy-weensy vocabulary, people might assume that you are some kind of diseducated Mormon. That's why I have come up with this new thing that I call the Jeff Johnson Vocabulary Builder-Upper. Yes, the Jerry Jenkins Vocabulary Builder-Upper can make you seem intelligent. Does it work? Just listen to these ceremonials.
That's right, Joe. My vocabulary used to be small. I only used a fraction of the words and phrases available in the English language. Then I recovered the Jim Johansson Vocabulary Builder-Upper, and it increased my vocabulary significantly. In fact, I'm now up for a demotion at work. Thanks, Jake Jameson.
I had yet to furnish college when I relapsed that my vocabulary was very, very not large. I was strangling with my classes when I heard about the John Jennings Vocabulary Builder-Upper. In just a few weeks, I had learned 800 new words and their defecations. Thanks, Jimmy Jackson.
Ever since I took the Jan Jenner Vocabulary Builder-Upper course, I've been able to have really deep conversations with my friends and my coworkers I work with at work. It's also helped me with my clientels during meetings. I sound way more classier than I used to. They often ask me if I intended one of them extensive Ivy League universals. Believe it or not, I didn't. Jake Jorgensen, you're a genius.
744 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Were you paying attention?
I was paying
I hope you're paying attention because there's some serious cash in.
Put a grand in your hand, baby.
That's out there somewhere. Christy Lee has an update on the weather forecast.
Yes, cloudy today, maybe a shower. Look for a high of 50. Sunshine, 62 tomorrow, 37 now.
Thank you very much. Want to remind you that if you get back to your house, you're listening in the car, and you find, wait a minute, I don't have a radio anymore. Miss Alexa will function very, very well, and you can listen to Q95 that way. So please, if you will, do that. Now, a number of other things coming up this morning, including the effects of coronavirus on the old fertility. If you're curious about if there is a connection, we're going to tell you about that coming up, and other delights. But first, we have some music. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see. In the room, we have our space, 10 feet apart, except Christy maybe just 8 feet from me. Christy Lee, of course, over there at the Navy Federal.
I can't get any farther away.
The Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk.
And I think we're 7 to 8 feet.
I think Josh and I are the closest right now, don't you think?
Yeah.
So what is the current number? 6 feet away?
6 feet.
So close and yet so far.
Yes.
Don't touch each other.
We weren't.
We
We
didn't.
couldn't if we wanted to.
Did you see that? You guys almost touched and he got nervous.
I know.
Pat Godwin's over there. Jess Hooker is actually in the performance room.
Hi, guys.
If you're watching,
Jess.
we're feeding the show out on YouTube, so you can check it out, see what's going on.
You're going to get a nice tan in there today.
She's got her own room in there with that really
sun lamp on.
cool microphone. Thanks for
Look
coming.
at that lamp on her. Yeah, your mood is going to be good for about 3 days.
That's true.
That's right.
Vitamin D.
Got some good mood lighting. Okay, now we have Christy Lee once again right next to me. What have you got over there?
Well, HowMuchToiletPaper.com has been created by student software developers Ben Sassoon and artist Sam Harris.
What's his last name?
Ben Sassoon.
Oh, Vidal's son.
Oh. Yes. It says, I don't know if it's Vidal's son, but it's very similar.
Gore
Vidal Sassoon.
Yeah.
What's this, Wheel of Fortune?
Al Gore Vidal Sassoon.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
Al Gore Vidal Sassoon.
Sorry.
It's basically a toilet paper calculator.
Weird Al Gore Vidal Sassoon.
This is how it works.
There you go.
Played a bassoon.
Oh,
in June.
okay.
on the
Christy, you wanted to say something?
No, not really. I didn't really want to say
Tom a
anything.
look. So why you need a computer software program to figure out how much toilet paper you need? Really?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I don't use very much.
Users input how many rolls they have and how many trips to the bathroom each person in their household makes per day.
Okay.
Advanced options allow users to factor in how many wipes they undergo per trip, how many toilet paper sheets they use per wipe,
Anything about
how many sheets are on the
dietary,
roll,
right.
how many people are in their household. According to the website, over 2 million people have used the TP calculator. The average person has 500,000 more toilet paper than they need. 500% more toilet paper is what I meant.
So
500% more than what they
Five times
need.
is the amount that they need.
They use 5 times.
No, they have on hand.
They have on hand.
Yes.
Not me.
Not everyone is able to get to a store and stock up on a toilet paper roll. Don't be selfish. You've got enough.
And remember, there's no reason to do that.
No. They're not. They haven't quit making it.
No.
I don't know who said it, but why are people worried about toilet paper? You have a shower.
Yeah.
And it's like the same thing. Well, there's this pandemic. We've got to go get car wax.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
same.
It's a control
Well,
thing. It's the only thing people can
The
control.
joke
right
running
now.
around is when they hear about what this is really like, they poop their pants.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So you can figure it out. But there's no dietary considerations in there?
No.
Exactly.
Well,
If you're
it
living
doesn't
off
really
of,
say.
Vegan or carnivore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're eating psyllium husk-laden cookies.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
What about cupcakes? How does that figure
You're going to need extra TP and a plug.
You can't plug it up.
Women are the ones who use most of the toilet
Of course we do. We have to use it
for
every
everything,
time.
don't you? Yeah.
You don't air dry like guys do.
Nope. We don't shake it and move on.
We'll shake.
Remember, shake more than twice, Tom?
Yeah, if you can reach down and let her fly, you may want to get that looked at.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Man, that hillbilly fire department. Have you seen that? Where the woman puts the fire out there?
Yeah.
That's okay. Let's move on.
Colorado parks are displaying the following message to state park visitors. Quote, the
Don't
quotation.
feed the bears.
No, you're close. It's thank you for not stealing our toilet paper. An electronic sign at the entrance to Boyd Lake State Park thanks visitors for not raiding the park's bathrooms for supplies.
Smokey the Bear doing the speaking for him?
Maybe.
Hey, I wipe my butt with rabbits.
I love that.
You know that old joke.
Yes.
Hey, does crap stick to your fur? Yeah, why?
No, why? No, why? Isn't it? No.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
the
no.
essence of it is
They're wiping her the rabbit.
Right,
is what
right,
we're
yeah.
doing, Are you
Although
telling
apparently
stuff?
Donnie Baker has been saving all those socks he can't find a match for. And we have received many communications from people who work at sewage treatment plants and
Yes,
the like.
yes.
Don't flush cloth, don't flush shredded T-shirts, and don't flush those so-called flushable wipes because they'll flush, but a lot of them don't.
They're pretty much just, there's one
biodegrade
thing
properly.
One thing you can flush: toilet paper.
Right. That's
Well,
it.
and the poop. Yeah.
Well,
There's that.
Thank you.
You
for
still keep yours in jars like Howard Hughes?
Yeah.
That's why I had to add another garage to my house.
It's like walking into just an old Vlasic factory.
Oh, that's an odd looking pickle. Let me.
That's no pickle, that's February.
That's the smelliest pickle I ever smelled.
Pat Godwin, everybody. How you doing over there?
Doing good.
Don't you have a song about one of these
Stealing
topics?
toilet paper? Of course I do, Tom.
Here it comes.
Well, I left Kroger about 2:15 and went to another store to buy TP, but there's no toilet paper, just empty racks.
Empty racks.
I went on to the dollar store, but they said they didn't have any more. My family's gonna need at least a 4-pack.
A 4-pack.
We're about a week away from using paper towels and coffee filters, not meant for bowels, so I gotta come up with a plan that can't be traced.
Can't be traced.
They got a couple of restrooms where I work. Please don't think that I'm a jerk. I took some TP and hid it in my guitar case. I'm getting it one square at a time. Ah, hell, it ain't no crime. This coronavirus has taken its toll. Everybody's gone nuts and we gotta wipe our butts. By the end of the month, I should have a full roll.
Yeah. All right.
Putting the John back in Johnny Cash.
Indeed.
I like that.
The man in brown.
When I was in college, we stole toilet paper. The last semester that we were in the dorms, my roommate and I were moving into a house the following semester, and every time we would go to the bathroom, we would just grab a roll, or if we saw the custodial cart cleaning, we'd grab a couple and we put them in a trash bag, and we didn't have to buy toilet paper the following semester at all.
What a turn.
Did you feel guilty?
Not at all. No. Are you kidding me? Do you know how much that toilet paper cost me that semester?
Wow.
We were paying for it anyway.
Saved you $12, I bet.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to drink on, Rush.
You're absolutely right.
Point.
You get a
Take
picture.
pictures.
Yeah. Christy, you know the calc. How many years in hell does that translate?
She's Catholic. She can do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be
She
burning
can
in
do
hell.
the math.
Yeah. I said the Hail Marys and the
Our
Fathers
that.
and
Oh, yeah.
She's
Did you
clean.
see? I didn't know. Did you? I
Soul's
didn't know
clean.
you were of the Catholic faith. Did you see? I don't know if you have the article still, Christy.
the drive-through confessional?
The drive-through confessional. This is real.
Yeah, the priest is sitting outside, and he's sitting on a chair, and you drive up, and if you would like anonymity, he has a mask that he puts on. He's like a black sleep mask.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was concerned that someone might hit him. But no, do you have the picture? They've got a cone
Yeah,
in front
they
of
have
him.
a cone in front of him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, hey, I guess it makes sense.
And the confessions are suspended if it's raining because there's no cover over the priest.
Maybe get an umbrella.
Yeah, you can't get him a parasol or whatever the hell.
Really?
Yeah,
One of those tents like they have at Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Oh,
I could drive up and go, my plates are expired. By the way, what are states doing about that right now? Is that on
You
all?
can do it all online.
Yeah, you can do all that online.
Oh, gee. Oh,
That's a good point.
yeah. You can do it online.
They did push back the due date for the real IDs.
Oh, did they? October 1st thing?
Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah, that was a disaster anyway.
Yeah, that was going to
I
be
did
a
get
problem.
that. I did get that real ID. That was 3 trips to the license branch, and it's unbelievable.
That chart that they have that if you don't have this, you need 2 of these, or if you have this, you don't need. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Who knows all that stuff?
Yeah,
I
It was
don't.
insane. I only had to forge about 2 of the documents.
We're on the air, you know. We're
How
on the
many
air.
Hail Marys do you have to say for forgery, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I was born in the USA. I just can't prove it.
All right, what's the worst crime you ever committed? We got theft. We got forgery.
God.
Alexa, search how to murder your spouse. Somebody's going to get in trouble.
Can you imagine they're just walking into the kitchen with a cup of coffee? How to murder your spouse. What the hell's going on?
Okay. Once again, I'd like to play an excerpt from a commercial from the Flintstones.
We got more?
Oh, this is great.
Yabba-dabba-doo. When you're due for a beer, Busch does it. Oh, there's a lot of Busch gonna be sold. Beginning right now. Fill her up, Fred.
Wow. Okay.
I love that.
I didn't think the Flintstones were around when Busch came out as a beer.
Me either.
I think I remember Busch beer
Pure as a
being
mountain stream,
invented,
huh?
introduced. Because it was always Budweiser and all. It's Anheuser-Busch's beer.
I have no, Josh is.
Am I making words right now?
No, but I'm sorry.
None that we cared to
Once you
hear.
started, you started speaking, I drifted off.
Yeah, I understand.
And I was thinking, Josh is
No
always
harm, no foul.
Josh is always writing horror movies, and I have a great idea of a scene for a
Always.
horror movie, Josh.
Yes.
You have someone. Let's just say someone's kidnapped chick,
Mm-hmm.
and they've tied him down.
Wait a minute.
And it's in some kind of pit in the pendulum scenario in which he has to sing jingles. And if he forgets them, there's some kind of electric shock or penalty, or the pendulum drops even lower. Chick McGee, sing the Busch beer jingle.
Busch. I don't think Busch beer has a jingle. It's just Hoyt Axton saying Busch.
Busch.
I think. Isn't that Hoyt Axton?
How about Hams?
Ham's the beer refreshing.
Isn't that,
Ham's the beer refreshing.
Isn't that from the land of sky blue waters comes the water best for brewing?
Was Ham's a good beer? Tastes good?
The beer.
I don't remember.
I think so.
I just remember the jingle.
I love Busch.
You ever have an old style?
Busch beer is mother's milk.
You ever call it?
Schlitz?
Literally, she was an
Schlitz,
alcoholic.
sure.
Mickey's Big Mouth.
You ever call an old style a doggy style? You ever
No,
call it
I
that?
did not.
No?
When we come back, we'll pick up this and we'll find out.
Favorite beer, Tom?
We have an Olympics update.
You ever call the doggy style caboosing?
I do
Will from now on.
Okay.
Caboosing with the kombucha.
Hungry hippos in the news next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Rolling through a Tuesday with you here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Treat yourself to a VIP membership at bobandtom.com. It gives you full access right now. Check out the 7-camera video stream of the show live as it happens each and every morning. You can see that on your phone or your computer. The Bob and Tom Show also available for members, commercial-free and on demand with our daily podcast. Plus, you get access to the Bob and Tom archives and the album library. If not for you, maybe the Bob and Tom fan in your life, you know, you do have some extra time on your hands. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Chinese authorities are lifting a lockdown in most of its virus-hit Hubei province. People who were cleared will be able to leave after midnight tonight. The city of Wuhan, where the outbreak started, will remain locked down until April 8th. China barred people from leaving or entering Wuhan starting January 23rd and expanded it to most of the province in succeeding days. Hubei has seen almost no new infections for more than a week. Asian stock markets are higher after the U.S. Federal Reserve promised economic support as Congress delayed action on a $2 trillion aid package. Tokyo's benchmark advanced nearly 6%, while Shanghai and Hong Kong were higher. The Fed said it would buy as much Treasury debt and other assets as needed to keep financial markets functioning. That helped to offset unease over the failure of an aid bill in Congress. And Florida's governor plans to issue an executive order mandating that anyone arriving on flights from New York City and the surrounding area submit to self-quarantine for 2 weeks. Governor Ron DeSantis says over 100 such flights arrive daily in Florida, and he believes each one contains at least one person infected by the coronavirus. Passengers won't be able to stay with family or friends, since that is one way the virus is spread. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says he understands the order, but has mixed feelings about travel restrictions. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Got some nice requests here. Some of which we can play.
Okay.
Some of which we can't.
Well, that's exciting.
Tell us where you're listening and watching. We'd love to hear from you.
Can we not play them because, different times or because somebody's ex-wife is on them?
No, different times.
Jeez.
All of our ex-wives are on.
Wow. It's Josh's new nickname. Josh's new nickname, chick. Dick Mantle.
Yeah, I think so.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
When you've had too much to drink, there's certain things to keep in mind. Like if you find your hands and underarms are bleeding, your beer bottle might not have a twist-off cap. And don't ever go home with a woman they call Moose or Vince. And never bet that you can fit your head inside a glove compartment. Get drunk with dignity. Keep in mind that just because a bulldog licks your face, it's not necessary to lick him back. Stay away from drinks with names like brain seizure or hippo laxative. Get drunk with dignity. If a bar has human ears nailed to the walls, don't pass out there. And if your homemade Jell-O has some goldfish in it, you use the wrong bowl. And there are phrases you must learn to avoid. Phrases like, that badge looks stupid, and I can prove these shoes are fireproof. Get drunk with dignity. Try not to drool on bikers. Don't moon a nun unless you got a real good reason. Don't get romantically involved with farm machinery. Get drunk with dignity.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
First of all, you can't smoke around a baby, Drew. So
Says who? The man. That's who says. Not smoke around a baby. What do you live in 2200 AD?
Mm-hmm. No, you don't want to have any
smoke around. The next thing you know, you can't. What? You can't give it a little sip of beer. She made Christmas. What's this country coming?
Not it. She.
A little bourbon in its milk, put it to sleep at night. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Okay. There we go. These photos.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. Doesn't it?
Hi, 8:03 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Quick forecast, Christy.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Cloudy today, chance for showers. Look for a high of 50. Currently cloudy and 37.
Thank you very much, Christy. Now, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Introductions are required because things being the way they are, we've taken the time and trouble to broadcast the show also on YouTube so you can see what's going on in here. We are keeping our distance. Farthest away from me would be Chick McGee over there at the sports desk.
Literally and figuratively.
Absolutely true. Ace Cosby would be in second place. He's our engineer and the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. Let's see then. Josh Arnold in the sidekick. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. In a hermetically sealed behind the glass
room
is Jess Hooker. Hi, Jess.
We're going to ask you questions like the newlywed game.
Okay, then Pat Godwin over there in the corner, and we'll get another song out of Pat here in just a second. Christy Lee is about 6 feet from me. Everybody else is pretty far away. That's what we're trying to keep our distance. Happy to be here.
I think Christy's farther away than you think she is, because I can plainly see it's at least 7 feet.
Don't you have a tape measure over there?
Oh,
I had one just to make sure the chick was at least 10 feet away, and we cleared that.
I didn't take that personally.
Go back to engineering and check that out. We're trying to keep our distance and
I have one in my
do what is appropriate in these
you have a tape measure in your purse?
I usually do, but I don't have that purse today.
You have a tape measure in your purse?
Heck yeah.
Why?
Because you want to, like,
do you know
buy stuff, like to see if a cabinet will fit in a certain
I was just going to
place.
say, do you know the dimensions of your home so you can go in and check the dimensions of any furniture possible?
Well, I don't know that, but I do know. I mean, I do like to keep a tape measure because I do like to measure.
Oh, here we got one. Thank you very much. Dean has one.
For, if a picture will fit on the wall or, you never know.
Tom keeps changing the rules here, too. Have you noticed that?
Getting some Kleenex. Okay.
Sure, yeah. Touch the end of that.
Tom got a Kleenex to grab the end of the tape measure.
Put it near Christy's face. Okay.
What do we got?
Dean is measuring
6 feet.
6 feet. See?
Could you
legal.
scoot
Literally on the nose.
I am scooted far as I can. There's
Now she's 2 feet from me.
Yeah, I think Christy and Josh are the closest.
I told you guys
we're
yesterday.
about I'm almost dead even in between them, aren't I?
No, I don't think it's 6.
Danger zone.
Oh.
See, I told you.
5 feet 5.
Here, Dean, measure this, huh?
Well, then Josh needs to scoot over 5 inches.
7 feet?
7
Okay, yeah, that's
7
okay.
feet.
There.
Josh, you need to scoot
Everybody
over.
else is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we may have to put Christy behind the glass. But right now, Jess is in there.
Well, now I'm out of shot, I think.
Oh, your beauty
You
shot.
can move the damn cameras.
Okay.
What's your F on the camera? Is that like? Oh,
you know, Christy. So you carry a tape measure in your purse. When you were doing your that sort of period of
online dating.
Of online dating. Would you just sit down with the guy and after like 10 minutes you pull the tape measure out and kind of stick it there on the table and give him a look?
No.
No.
Take this into the bathroom, and I need a picture.
Never.
You wouldn't want to
Never.
do it in the restaurant.
No.
No, I wouldn't even think of that.
Kind of intimidating.
Silly.
Size queens.
Have little marks
Size
on it.
queen. What a term, right?
Little Sharpie notches on it.
Look at me.
Such a
Do I look
size
like
queen.
somebody that
Well,
would...
you're measuring so that you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
There. So, could we get off topic and do something else?
You started it.
We promised we would discuss the Hungry Hippo game.
A nursing home featuring a life-size game of Hungry Hippos. The old people in Wales, which have been on lockdown since March 12th, set up their giant version of the kids' game to help residents stay positive. In the board game, the object, if you've not played Hungry Hippos,
Oh, I love it.
is to have each hippo catch as many marbles as possible.
It could be next to Skittle Bowl. I think it's the loudest board game ever invented.
It's great.
Well, this version has plastic balls set out on the floor as residents who were pushed in their wheelchairs by staff tried to capture the balls using plastic baskets and broomstick handles.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're pushing the old folks around.
Facebook.
It's really cute to see.
It is
actually. The nurses all start about 10 feet back, and then they say go, and they push the elderly up to the thing, and they grab it with their basket and pull the balls back.
They're props. They don't.
Yeah.
They want to be there.
Well, it was worse because when they started, they were doing Hot Wheels.
Oh.
Yeah, and then, of course, the chairs. The
can't go
chairs,
upside down.
The chairs kept coming off the track. You know.
Can boxing matches be far behind?
Yeah, rock'em sock'em old people.
I'm sorry, Chick.
That's a good impression.
Thank you.
That's one of your best, I think.
You knocked my block off. I love that commercial.
Now, this is at old folks' homes, though.
Yeah, this was at one in Wales, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of other unfortunate games they play there.
What are Cardiff?
Operation.
Yeah, that's
very real.
Oh, jeez.
Life or death.
But it
Did
always
you hear Godwin? Very real.
No, Tom said.
Tom said very real?
Sorry. Wow. Yeah. And risk means, having the kids over.
Game of life.
But
Game of life is over.
Yeah, game of life. But nothing better than this classic game, of course, played at the old folks' home. This is Christie's Tommy Award-winning performance. Here we go.
B14. Once again, that is B14.
Damn it, it's the same old thing. Holy Geritol, Gertie. I am so sick of friggin' bingo. I wish there were some other games for senior citizens.
Me too, Ernie. Why can't old people have some fun and exciting games to play?
Hold on, folks. Now there is a new game designed just for elderly people. Frigable Toys brings you a new spin on a classic game. It's Senior Citizens Twister. Yeah, with Senior Citizens Twister, you and your friends will enjoy hours of fun as you spin and then find out which body part you put on the brightly colored circle. Oh, boy. Let's see. Okay, I gotta keep my left foot on blue and put my dentures on red. Okay, there we go. Okay, your turn, Gertie. Give her a spin.
Oh, my, that's impossible. I have to put one leg of my walker on orange and one on green.
You can do it. Come on.
I can do this if I stretch just a little further. Whoops. Oh, dear. I just pulled the hose out of my oxygen tank.
Senior Citizens Twister. You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll writhe in pain. Well, it says here, my left foot on green and my right foot on blue. Oh boy, I'll try it. I don't know if I can get my legs that far apart. Oh, damn it! Oh, I broke a hip. It's Senior Citizens Twister.
Look, I did it. I win.
That's no fair. You have a plastic knee joint.
Eat my panties, you pathetic loser.
Senior Citizens Twister. Look for it wherever fun senior citizen party games are sold.
Hey, is my leg supposed to bend like this?
Oh, my God. The bone is sticking out. Oh, no. He himself.
Yeah, because he busted his leg, he always himself.
Senior Citizen Twister. Get yours today.
What'd you say?
I said get yours today.
What? Get Doris Day?
Yeah, that's right. Doris Day. That's exactly what I meant. Doris Day. You got it, Papa.
Thank you very much. Once again, they're playing Hungry, Hungry Hippo with real people at the old folks' home.
In Wales.
In Wales.
Hope I die before I get old, huh?
We'll ask you that when you get old. Just, you might want to call Pete Townsend, ask him how he's feeling on that. Give me the teaser, Christy Lee.
Well, coming up, I don't know if you saw the Kentucky couple who threw a fit over not being able to buy 552 cans of Mountain Dew.
Let me tell you something. They can have my Mountain Dew when they pry it out of my cold dead hand. Sons of bitches.
A lot of stuff we don't know about the coronavirus yet. Could it damage male fertility?
And coming up, Kostaki Economopoulos, our NFL correspondent. We'll see what's going on. And
What, he's going to call and hang up?
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Arnold.
Brilliant piece. Brilliant.
But first, the scores. 0-0.
And action
0-0.
in the organized team activity.
Yeah. Okay. That's next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Tuesday. It's the 24th of March. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. We are here live. Thanks for joining us, and we're looking forward to serving you as long as possible here at Bob and Tom 24/7. It's what we do. Ace Cosby will be up next later with the work farce, and later this afternoon at 3 p.m., Christopher will be along. We'll replay today's show back to back, so keep track of that right here. Coming up on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Kenny Rogers' family is planning a private service for his funeral with a public memorial later. Kenny Rogers died Friday at the age of 81. His family suggests that those who want to donate in Rogers' name should consider giving to the Recording Academy's COVID-19 Relief Fund to help music professionals out of work because of the coronavirus. Moving the Tonight Show to his house hasn't left Jimmy Fallon without guests. The late-night hosts at-home edition will include John Legend tonight, Neil Horan Wednesday, Alec Baldwin Thursday, Tina Fey on Friday. Yesterday's guests were Trevor Noah and DJ Dean Ice. NBC says the segments with guests talking to Fallon from their homes, part of a continuing hybrid episodes that include highlights from past shows. And Amazon is giving parents free streaming access to more than 40 children's shows, including Pete the Cat, and If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and select seasons of PBS Kids shows, including Arthur and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Interested users can access the free kids titles with a valid Amazon account, which is free. The shows are available to the company's customers worldwide and usually are behind the Prime Video paywall. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Dear penis, I don't think I like you anymore. You used to watch me shave. Now all you do is stare at the floor. Oh, dear penis, I don't like you anymore. It used to be you and me, a paper towel and a dirty magazine. That's all we needed to get by. Now it seems things have changed, and I think that you're the one to blame. Dear penis, I don't like you anymore. He sings, Dear Rodney,
I don't think I'd like you anymore. 'Cause when you get to drinking, you put me places I've never been before. Dear Rodney, I don't like you anymore. Why can't we just get a grip on our man-to-hand relationship? Come to terms with truly how we feel. If we put our heads together, we just stay home forever, dear penis. I think I like you after all. Oh, and Rodney, while you're shaving, shave my balls.
Wow. Hey, fellas, this is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
All right. On October 26th, 1881, the shootout at the OK Corral took place in Tombstone, Arizona.
No kidding.
Yeah. It was the Earps and Doc Holliday versus 5 members of the Cowboys. How long would you guys guess the actual gunfight lasted?
Wasn't it a couple hours?
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Oh. 30 seconds?
The actual shooting, 30 seconds.
No kidding.
Which really disappointed the people watching it on pay-per-view.
All right, wait a minute. That's close to the
Tonight only. OK Corral.
All that build up.
Pay-per-view ripoff.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of those bouts. That's it. Not even a round.
$59.95.
59. That's $10 a second.
All right. The technical reason the shootout happened was because the Clantons and the McLaurys were in direct violation of Town Ordinance Number 9, which made it illegal to carry guns in city limits. Thanks to the NRA, that ordinance no longer exists. Yeah, now not only can you carry a gun, you can legally shoot people who smoke in restaurants.
That's next.
I know.
That's next.
With us in the studio, comedian Chad Daniels. Your wife is a college professor.
Yes.
Are you a college man?
No.
Ah, that's
that makes for
interesting contrast.
And her friends always remind me of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Are they all college professors as well?
Most of them.
Mm-hmm.
We're all getting
there. 819 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes. Be paying extra close attention to the radio. Can I say that?
Yes. Take off your dress.
On several occasions. On several occasions today, you may love a shot at $1,000.
He's tone deaf.
You can be wearing your dress or not. Men or women, do whatever you want. It's a free country. Christy Lee, how about some weather before I jump the fence?
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Cloudy, maybe a shower. Look for high 50. 37 now.
Thank you very much, little Larry Crane. That feels good. Thank you very much. Right there, that's the note.
You ever hear my Larry Crane story?
I'll save it for later because I got to introduce everybody. Welcome back. We're worldwide on American Forces Radio here on the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. I'm Tom. That's Ace Cosby, our engineer. Ace, in this special occasion with the world in a very unusual state.
I have no camera.
What?
Oh, the camera.
Ace cam is gone?
Camera's on Jess. I think there's another camera.
Yeah, I bet you're on one of these.
I don't want a wide shot.
There's only 9 cameras.
Jeez.
Can you get a wide shot?
Get a close-up.
Here, I'll turn this camera around, man. It's okay. It really is okay.
Totally cool.
Okay, that's Chick over there. Let's see. There's Josh. I'm Tom. That's Mr. Godwin over there. Christy Lee is at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Cosby is our engineer. He's also the legend, the voice, the lover. For those not familiar with Ace's work, Ace, let's say you're going to be having an encounter with one of these ladies that you
Oh, maybe my mom.
encounter.
Yeah, remember that part?
Yeah, my mom wants to date Ace.
No, okay, let's
That's
say
a serious thing.
Now, say things were going well. What would you say to her when it was?
Well, we're on a break right now, so.
Oh, okay.
So you could date my mom.
So let's just say it's late in the evening and you've finished watching.
And Jess's mom is there.
And you've finished doing something romantic, like watching another episode of Alf. And then you lean into her and what do you say?
It's time.
It's time.
So are you saying it to yourself?
Looking down.
Look in the mirror.
And your hand
gotta
is
take
saying,
care of yourself.
Your hand is going, again?
I'm very tired.
Joining us on the phone, it's the biggest name in American comedy, Kostaki Economopoulos. Hey, Kostaki, how are you?
Good morning, everybody.
Econ.
Now, are you holed up in your Los Angeles abode?
Yes, very much so.
Better than New York, I would bet.
Yeah, in terms of being stuck in one place, much better.
Yeah.
Gostkowski, I'm enjoying your, I guess we'll call them book reviews on Instagram.
Yes.
Looking at kids' books and finding some creepy things about them.
Yeah.
I was not
An
aware
adult
of this.
perspective.
Yes,
that's
yeah,
right.
they're very funny.
Now, who all is holed up with you right now?
I got the little kid, 1-year-old, and I got the wife, 40-something.
Okay.
I don't know if we need
I don't think ages
Did I ask for that? I just kind of meant. Okay, dog.
What's her cup
Dog,
size?
yes, dog. Dog.
Well, how old's the dog?
15-ish.
15?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't know you had a dog. You got a dog?
Oh yeah, little toy poodle. He's awesome.
Is this 15 in dog years or 15 in people years?
15 in people. He's pretty old. He's a pretty old dog.
Little poodle.
Yeah.
He's crapping himself yet?
Do you have the poodle with like a cool haircut, or do you have the ridiculous shaved leg?
No. He's one length all over.
Okay,
it's a totally normal looking little guy.
Great dogs, but I hate when I see they give them the trim. Did you see the new logo for the LA Rams? I guess there's two of them now. The two logos.
Yeah, the LA Croissants. Yes.
That is what it looks like.
And don't you think the goat? I'm concerned about the goat logo, the Ram logo. It looks like a goat, and it reminds me of a satanic cult. That's
It
what
is
I-
a little.
Yeah.
This logo is a flop in all directions as far as I'm concerned. I'm not a fan. Yeah.
But it's I guess good timing because they're getting a ton of publicity because there's nothing else in sports except the Olympics
being canceled.
The Olympics are well, they're being vague about that. Dick Pound is the guy's name. I know it sounds like Dick Pound is he's a Canadian guy that's one of the heads of the Olympics, and he's saying, I'm quoting here, the games will likely be moved to 2020.
Right.
I bet that changes today.
Could we get a hold of his parents and say, hey,
Yeah, no kidding.
why'd you name your kid Dick Pound?
That's one of the only names where you could think in middle school. I wish I had an easy name like Kostaki Economopoulos, something
Right.
easier.
Yeah.
Dick Pound.
So what else is going on in sports? I know you're an NFL correspondent. Obviously, the Tom Brady thing is a big story.
Yeah, that's a huge story. Tom Brady going to Tampa, and because of his advanced age, there's going to be a no visitors policy for Tom Brady in Tampa.
That's right.
Tying it into the coronavirus. right. Not necessarily comedically.
Older
but tying it in.
Good news for Tom Brady, there's no income tax in Tampa. Bad news, he's got to buy an El Camino. You know.
Sure, yeah.
I'd love an El
God,
Camino.
no kidding.
Oh, I saw one the other day for sale.
Be a car, be a truck. Don't be both.
This was
Don't be both.
so cool.
I wish they could bring it back.
I love the El Camino.
Could they do an El Camino with a back seat?
Well, I don't think
so
that's
it'd be
legal.
sort of like a
Turn
truck
his
but
mic off.
compressed.
You mean
It'd be like a little.
great.
You know, in little sports cars,
yes,
they have back seats that
Yeah.
are non-functional,
like mine.
but
yeah.
they have that because of insurance rates.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if it's just a two-seater, you typically.
Is that right?
Gotcha.
A lot of people don't know this, but El Camino in English means the hermaphrodite. You know that? Yeah.
All right. You know, sometimes people are born with both.
Now,
Yeah.
the problem,
That's not true.
the problem is with that delivery, Josh. We're going to get a letter.
What,
And
from
it's-
hermaphrodites or El Camino owners?
No, it's dear dumbass.
Oh no! Oh Tom. Okay, Tom. Okay. We just got this from
What?
our
What?
Facebook listener to me.
Yes.
Dear dumbass.
Yes.
The jingle for Busch is "Head for the Mountains." Busch beer. I say to him, dear dumbass, a jingle is a song.
Not a phrase. a
Head for the
slogan.
mountains. Busch beer is a slogan.
Well, not if you sing it.
Yeah, it
it's
may
not-
have been sung in one of the
Head for the
commercials.
mountains.
Saying.
I don't remember it being
Head for the
sung.
mountains. Busch beer.
beer.
Yeah.
You nailed it. Who's on the mountain? Tom Mix. Yeah.
So,
You know what? I stand
Kostaki, I'm trying to help Josh get motivated to write this horror movie he's talking about.
Oh.
And I have a scene in it where he kidnaps Chick McGee.
What?
And he's tied to a chair with some kind of torture device.
Who are you going to call for ransom?
And Chick. Wait a minute, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
You can work on that.
Yes.
Somebody has to win the lottery.
That's the angle of the.
But you'd have to
plot,
sing.
so
You'd have to sing commercial jingles from the past, because we all have so many of them stuck in our heads. I mean, there's a couple great ones right now.
Yeah.
I mean, really good ones that everybody knows.
Hey, watch this. We are farmers.
Thank you. The greatest example of all time.
So powerful.
Yeah. What jingle comes to mind, Kostaki? Can you think of any?
For some reason, Folgers was in my head when you said jingle.
Best part of waking up?
No, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Yeah.
These days, that is the best part of waking up.
Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, and then
How about $5 foot long?
Well, we've been singing that less over the years.
I think the Oscar Mayer, that's the most
there you go.
Oscar Mayer. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. Then I'd be a giant wiener, a really big wiener.
My bologna has a first name.
It's O-S-C-A-R.
Yeah.
I'll see if you can finish this one.
Has a second.
Kostaki, this is for you.
All right.
No, I'm my singing ability is extraordinarily limited, but maybe you can help me with this, Pat. Like a good neighbor,
State Farm is there.
There you go.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So there are a bunch of great ones out there.
I'm a big kid now.
I'm a big kid now.
Pull-ups, right?
Huggies, right?
Oh.
What about adult?
Well, we have one that's currently one of our favorites.
What's that?
Upset stomach diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. That is,
It's
Beautifully
Pepto.
sung. Yeah, Pepto-Bismol.
So, Kostaki, now I know that you're following the NFL draft, getting all set for that.
Oh, yeah.
Any highlights in your mind?
Well, it's always fun to watch the quarterbacks, see where the quarterbacks go. It seems like the most interesting story generally. And the Tom Brady thing shuffled everything around. We don't know, their coach, by the way, Bucks coach Bruce Arians always said before committing to Jameis Winston that he wanted to see what was behind door number 2, which is weirdly frank, right? By the way, Tom Brady is the answer. It's a pretty good door number 2.
Yeah.
What was behind door number 3? An actual goat, like the old show? Wah, wah.
Oh, a zonk, right? Didn't they call that a zonk? You got zonk?
A zonk.
Now, did you by chance see there was one of those things yesterday that was getting way too much traction because people are so bored? Phillip Rivers, and I happen to be a big fan, Phillip Rivers did a video to welcome himself to Colts country. And it was very fun, and he was just a real friendly guy. But did you see the controversy?
No.
Well, it appears that, judging by the camera angle, which is sort of coming from
he's in the bathroom.
The waistline.
The shower curtain behind him.
There appears to be a shower curtain behind him, and it appears to be some kind of a tile. On further inspection, Christy determined that the wall is not tile, but it is
beadboard.
Yeah, it does look like
looks
it.
Beadboard.
Yeah,
Well, you can have beadboard in the bathroom.
Well, you could.
To use board in a different sense, how bored are people? Someone did a bunch of research, must have looked up every Phillip Rivers article in history, and found a picture of him touring his house and determined that is not, in fact, his bathroom. So,
yeah, they found some like edition of Southern Living or something.
Yeah, so here's someone that has. I'm going to spend the rest of my day investigating Phil Rivers' house.
Do you think if we hadn't been quarantined, this would have taken place?
No, that's my point.
Probably not.
That's a good point.
People are pretty bored.
Phillip Rivers signed with the Colts. Reportedly, one season, $25 million. That's almost $1 million for each of his children. That's a lot.
Yes, yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's probably that's probably two guitars for Jimmy Irsay.
Yeah.
$2 million for every touchdown pass he's going to throw.
That's right.
Kostaki, what worries you about Rivers moving?
Well, you move that many kids from California to Indiana, it's going to throw off the census. We're gonna have the wrong...
And I could, by Kostaki, on a serious note, I thought Phillip Rivers moved to Florida 6 months ago.
I think that's right. I think he moved the family to Florida, and I guess
he's going to commute in his mobile home for the games on Sunday in Indianapolis.
No, he's not.
What?
Did he think he was going to get the Tampa Bay job? Is that why he moved to Florida?
My guess would be the income taxes in California are stratospheric, and in Florida they're zero.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
He seems like a great guy. I hope he does.
He does seem cool. Yeah. He said he considered retirement, but then he remembered that he has 9 kids. Like, who wants to go home to that?
Yeah.
So now, we'll see. Right now, I think if he did do that, I think Josh said this yesterday. If he did do that thing from his bathroom, who can blame him?
Yeah, that's where you go when you have 9 kids.
You're right. Yeah, actually, in his case, going home to the family would be a violation of the ban on groups of 10 or more.
No kidding. Honey, I got to sleep in the shed. I'm sorry.
I think he does have 9 kids.
Yeah.
So there's 11 people in the house. The Rivers
and there's a
household
brand new one.
Yeah.
yeah.
He does seem like a great guy. So what else is? I haven't been following. What else is happening?
Well, I looked this up. All of this is true. The Hoosier Lottery has lots of games. There's a daily 3, there's a daily 4, there's a cash 5, and there's a game called Save the Sevens. Philip Rivers is in town. It's time to get a pick 6, everybody.
If I could quote Chick McGee, Kostaki Economopolis, making friends everywhere.
I don't know how he does it.
Whatever team you root for, he insults them.
Punch everywhere
I also
he
like
goes,
Philip
right
Rivers.
in the face.
I'm just saying he's got a little of that Favre thing in him, where he can throw 4 touchdowns or 4 picks in a
Hey,
given
Kostaki,
day.
have you heard our tribute song?
To Philip Rivers?
No. I can't believe Kostaki's not aware of this.
Oh.
What?
Well, as you know, the Jacksonville Jaguars did a little shake-up.
Oh.
Are you aware? Are you aware of what happened, Kostaki?
Nick Foles is leaving.
Yes.
Yeah, which means.
And when you move one chess piece, what happens?
Foles is a Chicago Bear. That means Gardner Minshew is the starter for the Jags
boy.
as we speak. Yeah.
Have you heard
we
our?
should probably hear that song.
Have you ever heard our tribute?
Stocky, I will drive out there.
He's heard the song.
I like the way Kostaki's just leaning into it. Okay.
I wonder which version he's heard.
He knows
1
who
through
writes
18?
the checks in this place.
There's 41 versions right now.
41 versions now. Oh, okay.
I'm a huge Gardner Minshew fan, along with Philip Rivers. So
I'll ask again. Wasn't he driving across the country in an RV?
Yeah, but that was in January.
yeah,
wasn't
he's
it?
done. He's done.
What happened to that? Did he
He's
make
done.
it?
Yeah, he's cool.
Yes.
I think the pandemic got in the way.
I didn't hear any updates or anything about where he was.
I'd forgotten about the pandemic. Thanks for bringing it up.
Well, chick wants to know why this guy's not out traveling the country.
Is it the pandemic? Well, Tom's driving around for no reason.
Okay, so Kostaki, a couple days ago,
Doesn't take effect till midnight.
Kelly took 2 of my girls and just drove around town showing them the sights just to get out of the house because it was raining. We'd already gone for a long walk with the dog. That was kind of sweet. Is that now not permitted either?
In some places, that is not permitted.
No. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Is this legit?
This just in. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
And I understand why you would ask. This is from the BBC.
Yeah.
Olympics host Japan has requested to the International Olympic Committee that the games be postponed because of the pandemic.
That's a breaking story?
That's a breaking story.
Oh, I got a breaking story.
This is official now.
I got a breaking story for you, Kostaki. The results of the Indiana caucuses will be delayed. We should have that by next week. Back to you.
All right. They hadn't made it official, Tom. We have been speculating about it all morning, and now I bring you this breaking sports story, and you're questioning the importance of it.
I just wanted to take a shot at the Iowa caucuses again. Because Kostaki's a socialist.
Sean Payton, first NFL figure to be positive for the coronavirus.
Yeah.
He's opting not to play defense against the virus. He's just going to have Drew Brees outscore it.
That's a gamble, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a humor.
Well, he knows he's
uniform type
outclassed
joke.
by the virus. So
I'm sorry,
for a
I stepped
surprise
on you.
onside kick at halftime. That's all.
That was a Super Bowl reference.
Yeah,
Back a few years.
It worked.
Yeah.
That was a great play.
Kirk Cousins got another extension. Kirk Cousins, another giant payday. No one has done more with less since Yoko Ono. This guy. Am I right?
Tell it, Kostaki.
Am I right?
Yeah, you are right. I don't know how he keeps failing up. I don't know how that happens, but yeah.
It's amazing. I was supposed to go to the draft with my brother in Vegas. It's not going to happen at all. They're going to have the draft in a TV studio environment with Roger Goodell. Good news. First year he won't get booed.
Yeah,
He'll
no
just do it
kidding.
by himself.
The cameramen have to, don't they?
Yeah, sure.
Just 3 guys.
Wouldn't that be great?
Goodell has to pretend like it's not happening.
Yeah, as that is being fed, there'll be somebody in New York that is somehow refeeding it and putting in the sound
They
effects
add
of
the
the
booze.
booing.
Yes, yeah.
Right,
Marcus Mariotto.
Kostaki, you got your closer?
Let's go with this one. Teddy Bridgewater to the Panthers. I've always said that's the perfect name for Ted Kennedy. Teddy Bridgewater.
When you're right, you're right.
Yes.
Tom, you got a list of my gigs to plug over there?
Sorry.
Gostkowski will be in his living room this weekend.
Are you over on the fireplace hearth with a hairbrush? Hi, welcome. Good evening, everybody.
I'll be performing at Pantries.
Did you see that tweet? Somebody tweeted there's a DUI check between the kitchen and the bathroom.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
That's very funny. Gostkowski, you're a terrific follow on Instagram. You really put up some positive stuff, some funny jokes. Good work, man.
How does someone find
Thanks, man.
Gostkowski on
Appreciate
Instagram?
Yeah, what's your Instagram handle?
Instagram is my whole name with no space. Gostkowski Economopoulos.
Well, I tried to lead people there, but
yeah,
it looks like a cookie Economopoulos to me.
You see, Gostkowski, this is the thing that you really have to help people here. It's like I'll listen to NPR or the BBC, and they'll have someone that has some bizarre name, but they don't want to. The upper people there can't say, "Look, could you slow down when you say hello?"
Right.
Yeah.
What was that? Marina Hinojosa sounds like she has marbles in her mouth when she says her name. Marina.
He's not wrong.
Now, Marina, you're a great reporter, but come on, we're in America now. You can try to anglicize just a hair for the benefit of all of us. So if one had to spell Gostkowski, you know what we should do?
What?
We should take the last year's spelling bee. And you have like the last two people, and they spell these ridiculous words. No one ever uses. Then you get up there and you go. the judge goes.
Spell Gostkowski Economopoulos.
Yes.
And the kid blows it.
Yeah. He just commits harikari right there on stage.
C-O-S.
I got it's Costaki, right?
That's correct.
You know, do the last part for me.
Economopoulos. Economopoulos. Yeah, you'll get close enough.
Isn't Mopoulos like O-U-S at the end?
Yeah. It's the last 6 letters are Poulos. P-O-U-L-O-S.
I can just see everybody writing that down.
Just search Gostkowski on Instagram.
Sorry.
Yeah, you'll love it.
You'll get there.
Gostkowski.
Good follow.
Just trying to help.
I appreciate it.
Go Falcons.
You know, after I leave, you should probably play that Gardner Minshew song for everybody, Tom.
No, I don't want to play. I want to do it live.
Swear to gosh.
I want to get Dean in here, do that baby live. I got people watching from all over the world. Thank you, Gostkowski.
Thanks, guys.
We are coming right back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that you know what an influencer is, Josh?
I do, yeah. Sadly, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now you can take a course on it.
At a very reputable institution,
Yeah.
they're having influencer school.
Wow.
Well, at least they were. We'll be back with that and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Correspondent Jess Hooker, our NFL correspondent Gostkowski Economopoulos about the upcoming NFL moves. Of course, the draft is on the way in April. It was scheduled to be in Las Vegas, although they say changes are on the way. It appears the draft will take place. However, there probably will be no public invited. Also, comedian Gilbert Gottfried on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Longtime International Olympic Committee member Craig Reedy says he does not expect the Tokyo Olympics to be held in July as scheduled. He tells the Associated Press that everyone can see where things are headed with the coronavirus pandemic spreading and Olympic hopefuls around the world unable to train. IOC member Dick Pound told USA Today that he believes the Olympics will be postponed. Pound told the paper he expects the IOC to announce its next steps very soon, but the committee responded with a statement saying it's the right of every IOC member to interpret the decision of the executive board. USA Gymnastics says a majority of senior national team members have indicated in an anonymous survey that they were in favor of the Tokyo Olympics being pushed back from its scheduled July opening. And in the NFL, the New England Patriots have released kicker and franchise leading scorer Stephen Gostkowski. The three-time Super Bowl champion has spent his entire 14-year career in New England and has long passed Adam Vinatieri as the Patriots' leading scorer with over 1,700 points. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
24/7.
Kevin Pollak is our guest. This is something that interests me. You do, for example, you do a tremendous Johnny Carson. What are all of your guys going to die off pretty soon? I mean, you've got, is that a concern? Because one of the things about our life now, with all these TV channels out there, there's so little commonality.
Yeah,
you know, we're the classic impressions when we were coming up. You know, it was Edward G. Robinson when we were little kids. We're going, who the hell's that?
Yeah,
and now you've got people in their 30s going, Johnny who?
Well, that's why I had to bring along Christopher Walken.
There you go.
For the kids who love him. I'm a huffer at heart. I don't know if you saw the Fat Boy Slim video, but I kick it old school.
That's great.
Have you interviewed Christopher Walken?
No.
Okay, well, here's your chance. And keep in mind, all of his thoughts are completely unconnected. So go ahead and ask Christopher Walken anything.
All right, what's your new project, Christopher?
Frankenstein never scared me.
So how long have you been working on the film?
Marsupials do.
And when's its release date?
'Cause they're fast.
They are fast. They are.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
I was staying at a hotel in New Orleans a long time, 15 years ago, and I checked out, went to get lunch, and all of a sudden my stomach started doing some terrible things. Like, I have to go to the bathroom now. I went back to the hotel. I said, is there any chance I can get back into the room I just checked out of? And they were like, no, the maid's cleaning it right now. You can't get back in. I said, I have to use the restroom. This is a dire emergency. She said, okay, we have one in the lobby. It's a very old hotel. She goes, but the door doesn't really work. You have to hold it closed while you're in there.
Oh.
And I said, all right. So I go in. It's a one-seater. I'm seated. Things are happening. I'm reaching and holding the door closed.
That trick never works.
I at one point I let go of the door, and this man, probably about 80 years old, rips the door open, and I am now fully exposed to the busy lobby of the hotel. I go, sir, and he goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I go, please close the door. He opened the door so strongly that he could not. It got caught, and he could not close it. And so he goes, so he's yanking on the door. I go, close the door. He goes, I can't.
And with all the yelling, everyone starts to look.
Yeah, I go, sir, please close the door. He goes, I can't. And then he started backing away. And he just looked at me with a sad look in his face, and he goes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't.
Hi there, 845. Q95.
Are you eating?
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
What's for breakfast there, Chicky?
Peanut butter cup break.
Oh, okay.
One of
Christy Lee.
joys left in life.
Yeah. Q95, Fox 59 weather. Cloudy today with a chance for a sprinkle or a shower. High 50. Partly cloudy overnight, 36. Sunny and 62 tomorrow. Beautiful
Thank
day
you very
tomorrow.
much. I hope you heard the man just a second ago because
man?
well, not that one.
Oh.
We're running out of 6 feet here in the studio, Tom.
The one that sounded like a professional announcer. That could have been your shot. I'm not going to say what happened, but I hope you're paying attention and keep doing so because shots
really
at $1,000 are coming up.
I really have to have gas.
Okay. Could you just be quiet for 5 seconds? I feel like your mother. Shut up, little chickie. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We have a very unusual request coming up.
Oh.
We can do it right now, actually.
What's that?
Someone has requested Christy Lee
Yeah?
to do her version of Chick McGee's mother
I just did.
when he was a child, trying to get him sorted out. Go ahead.
Chickie, we can't have anything nice.
Go ahead and say
You guys just wrecked the entire day. For me. For me.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
wrecked
We
my
forget
entire
that
day.
it's Hooker that has to deal with the aftermath.
Okay, sorry.
Chucky, bring Mama her smokes.
Oh, God. Now it just bled into tomorrow.
Okay. Now, we should point out that
I knocked over an ashtray one time. God, it was a gorgeous beating.
the hooker we're referring to is Jess Hooker. It's not a.
No, yeah, I was just calling her by her last name.
Yeah, there are people new to the show. I don't want
Sure.
to think that we have a prostitute in the building, although it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
No,
I was
wouldn't
here. I was here back in the day. Ace, you'll back me up on this. There was a certain
We're
person.
never prostitutes. Well, I guess
Oh.
services were exchanged.
Are you
for-
kidding?
Do you want me to write a name down for you, or do you just
We all
want the
know.
initials?
Yeah.
Where was I? I was introducing the show because we're doing a special YouTube thing because we're trying to let everybody know that if you're home and don't have a radio, you can find us on Alexa, et cetera, et cetera. Just ask your device what you get your favorite radio station on that baby. It's just like a radio. How about
What's
that?
your favorite music station?
Alexa, search MILF porn.
You realize that's not helping. No, I'm the one that's going to get the mail.
Yeah, but you don't pay attention to it, and then they yell at us. It's fine.
That's correct.
They can't feel like they can yell at you. They
Haven't
yell at us.
opened a piece of mail.
Do you think there's going to be an influx in amateur porn submitted to those
Absolutely.
sites?
Oh,
right
yeah.
now? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of as tragic as this is and as awful as this is, there will be some really odd stats that come out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had a story. We had a story this morning that yesterday apparently the mayor of Denver said he was going to shut down all the liquor stores and all the legal dispensaries. And
changed his mind pretty quickly.
yeah, when the throngs of people lined up, and his staff must be composed of chimpanzees that can't speak, because anyone would have said,
yeah.
terrible idea, sir.
Well,
they flipped that around very quickly.
Yeah, not just for the well-being of the people, but also for the economy.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has to make these sacrifices, and I can see why he thought virus wins in this case. Sorry, potheads.
Right.
But
I agree.
But then you don't say, well, you've got 3 hours to get your fix.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, I know it doesn't. You're
It's
right.
the same reason. I'll give you an example.
It's not like alcohol's a drug. Come on.
I'll give an example.
It's a necessity.
Probably shouldn't give this example, now that I think about it.
Uh-oh.
It wouldn't be legal, for example, to say
he's going to do it anyway.
The first person to arrive at this location wins this prize.
Exactly. Right. That's problematic.
You're causing a panic.
Right. Right.
In any event, they've gotten that fixed. Now you're probably wondering why I'm stalling.
Why are you stalling?
Because Dean's hooking up his bass guitar.
I don't think it's safe to do this song.
Oh, yeah. He's standing out in the hall
Why
now.
is he out there?
Look.
What do you mean,
Because
why
he
is he
needs
out
6
there?
feet.
6 feet thing.
Oh, I thought his amp was out there.
No, he needs 6 feet.
Can you give me a little bass, Dean? Can we?
See, you can still hear him.
How about a little, Dean, do you know the Barney Miller theme? Yeah.
Oh,
That's good.
in the words of the Kingsmen, the great Louie band, he plays a lot of bass. That's from a very obscure live Kingsman cut.
All right.
Wow.
Good for you.
You're a better person because you know about that.
Just happened to be, I was an album I played over and over and over.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you thought it was dirty, didn't you? Be honest.
Was that the Louie thing?
Well, it was part of it, yeah. My brothers had all those great albums. I was lucky to have brothers that had really good taste in music for the most part. Doors, Jefferson Airplane, really good stuff. Now, the reason Dean has his bass out is because we were talking with Gostkowski Economopoulos, who you can find on the internet at Gostkowski Economopoulos.
Yeah.
Good luck.
For our NFL feature. And we mentioned the fact that, Chick, you want to do this for me?
Jacksonville Jaguars have traded Nick Foles to the Chicago Bears. Bad news for Mitchell Trubisky, or Mr. Biscuit, the starter for the Bears. There's going to be somewhat of a competition in Chicago. Good news in Jacksonville for Gardner Minshew, who now is elevated to, as Tom would say, QB1.
Now, if you're not familiar with Mr. Minshew, he is kind of a character.
Yes, he is.
He's got a big mustache.
It all started, he liked to work out naked in the locker room. Or
at least in his underwear.
In his underwear.
He would do all kinds of stretches in the locker room. He's just a character. He's a funny guy.
Mustache.
Got a weird mustache.
Did pretty well when he had to step in.
Was okay. Spotty.
For several games. So we're trying to lead the Gardner Minshew fan club because I am a fan. And Mr. Godwin, this is version what?
Mr. Who?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That's Mick Jaguar.
Mick Jaguar.
Mick Jaguar. I forgot. I keep forgetting.
Version 48.
Is that the first time you've said Mick Jaguar? That's hilarious.
Josh,
Look at those lips. Man,
wow. Stop
Tom
doing
asked
that.
me, tell me to get a haircut. Go ahead. Tell me to get a haircut.
Mick, get a haircut.
What, it look like you?
Sassy. Wow. Yeah.
All right. Let's breathe some new life in this. Do a little CPR on this number. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Nice and silky.
Oh, that is nice bass.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Nice volume on that bass.
One more time. Set it up nicely. All right. Now he's the starting quarterback, leading the attack. Gonna mention naked in the locker room, a mustache just like a broom. Girls wanna kiss ya. One time now, all right. Gonna mention Nick Foles left to be a bear. God even paid his airfare, Mr. Minshew. Brady's in Tampa, LA, but right up the way is Gardner Minshew. Ooh, Jaguars, why'd you wait so long? Ooh, Jaguars, why'd you wait so long to make Gardner feel like he belongs? Take it, ball, Bill, deep, but Bill.
Bill Wyman on the bass. It's very clear to me who that is.
All right. There's a new bass player now. I got messed up there. All right. Pay attention.
This is the Stones' new bass player.
What's the matter, man? You got the backing of the fans. There's some Jaguar children. It's a style to meet you. We're going to bring a case of White Claw. Play Madden football like we're yesto. Gonna meet you. Good night.
Mick
Jaguar.
Oh man, you still got it, pal.
Thank you, Mick. That was great. Thank you, Dean. I mean,
Bill.
Bibblebap.
Okay. So, Bill Wyman, of course, the classic bass player back in the day for the Stones. So is that who Dean was portraying?
You ever seen his?
Yes, classic
Ever listened
Bill.
to his solo album, Broken Wyman? Pretty good. Yeah. It's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, it took me a minute. I
would have gone with Buster Wyman.
Oh, Busted Wyman. Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Busted Wyman.
Yeah, Buster.
Yeah. Oh, Buster. Yeah.
Wyman Buster. Yeah.
On the cover, he's riding a horse.
Ride a bike.
I believe his wasn't his solo album called Monkey Grip or something? Or Monkey Face. I'm not sure. Coming up, Christy, give me the teaser, please.
Oh, well, we have our Kentucky couple getting in trouble for trying to buy 552 cans of Mountain Dew.
Boy, they are right out of Central Casting.
Damn right we are. 552 cans of Mountain Dew.
There's a similar story out of Canada. Did you see the couple that bought all the meat at the store and then was making fun of people because they had gotten all the meat out of the... It's bad.
Oh, jerk.
Yeah, jerks.
Someone beat him with hockey sticks.
They are getting really bad backlash on Facebook, as you can
With
imagine.
good reason.
And we have an influencer class at a very prestigious university if you guys would like to learn how to become a social media influencer.
We all have our Instagram accounts, though, except Tom, right?
I can influence people pretty well.
Yeah?
Take your top off.
Both Jess and I laugh.
Now you're influencing the HR department.
I
to
hope
write me
so.
another letter.
Those
Which one's your favorite at HR? Which one is it?
The Jewish-looking one that has the giant cans. Yeah.
What do you say? Hey, Top Heavy, what's going on?
So you've managed to offend at least 3 circles.
Hey, Top Heavy,
folks
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov. I'm a Nagila Top Heavy.
Oh, boy.
Woo!
I'm not opening my mail for
Dreidel.
radioactive. We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Bob and Tom Show. Don't forget at bobandtomstore.com, it's still open. They have that new You Guys Rock sweatshirt. Well, I say new. It's actually a vintage design that was worn recently by a Japanese pop singer. It's all the rage in Japan. People are wanting them, and you can get one now, too. Just go to bobandtomstore.com. Click on hoodies and tees to order this vintage You Guys Rock sweatshirt. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Chinese authorities are lifting a lockdown in most of its virus-hit Hubei province. People who were cleared will be able to leave after midnight tonight. The city of Wuhan, where the outbreak started, will remain locked down until April 8th. China barred people from leaving or entering Wuhan starting January 23rd and expanded it to most of the province in succeeding days. Hubei has seen almost no new infections for more than a week. Asian stock markets are higher after the U.S. Federal Reserve promised economic support as Congress delayed action on a $2 trillion aid package. Tokyo's benchmark advanced nearly 6%, while Shanghai and Hong Kong were higher. The Fed said it would buy as much Treasury debt and other assets as needed to keep financial markets functioning. That helped to offset unease over the failure of an aid bill in Congress. And Florida's governor plans to issue an executive order mandating that anyone arriving on flights from New York City and the surrounding area submit to self-quarantine for 2 weeks. Governor Ron DeSantis says over 100 such flights arrive daily in Florida, and he believes each one contains at least one person infected by the coronavirus. Passengers won't be able to stay with family or friends, since that is one way the virus is spread. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says he understands the order, but has mixed feelings about travel restrictions. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Do you enjoy a round? Row,
Oh, here we go.
You know, like a few
down the stream.
You know, like
Please get me a 6-foot rope.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or business person who appreciates all the perks that come with success? Lavish homes, flashy cars, generous expense accounts? Well, isn't it time you attain the ultimate status symbol? Your very own personal announcer. Your friends and colleagues will be impressed when they meet this dapper gentleman with the commanding voice. He's the announcer guy.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for coming to my party. Who's this?
Hey, Cindy. Check this out. This is my very own announcer guy. Hey, announcer guy, say something.
Hello, Cindy. It's time to meet your very special party guest. Say hello to Phil Mundor. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Well, thank you. Of course, I know Phil, and nice to meet you, Mr. Announcer Guy. By the way, Phil, you look great.
Oh, thanks. I got this new suit.
Tonight, Phil is dressed for success in a fashionable hand-tailored Armani suit with softly constructed shoulders and a slimming silhouette. Phil is comfortably attired for whatever environment he should find himself in. Retail value $2,500. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Ooh, I wish you hadn't given the price on this.
Wow. That's great. Phil, let me get you a drink. What are you having?
You know, I think I'll have a beer.
This evening, Phil will be enjoying Dewar's on the Rocks.
What?
Dewar's, the finest blended Scotch whiskey money can buy. And as always, we remind you to please drink responsibly. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
I guess a Scotch would be okay. Thanks, announcer guy.
He's your own personal announcer, and he's only available from Bob and Tom Enterprises, a division of Frigamall Industries.
You get more. 901 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
What the hell?
Apparently high.
I'm the CarX guy.
CarX, man. That's
Q95 Fox 59 weather from the CarX guy. Brought to you by the CarX people.
You.
Today, cloudy. Look for a high of 50. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 36. Sunshine, 62 tomorrow. Right now, we have 39 degrees.
69 tomorrow.
And Christy's got more to tell us. Christy?
I sure do. Not going to win your office bracket challenge this year? Well, how about getting $2,500 if Westgate doesn't beat your best Ram truck month deal?
Westgate Chrysler Jeep Dodge.
Check out Westgate's Buzzer Beater sales event. Beat the clock for a guaranteed best deal on a Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. If Westgate can't beat the new vehicle deal you'll get at any local Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram dealer, they're going to hand you $2,500. You heard me right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Count on Westgate to make the assist you need, even if you have bruised credit. Don't sweat it. Hurry to Westgate. You have nothing to lose and maybe thousands to gain. Don't let the buzzer beat you for the guaranteed best deal or $2,500. Hurry to Westgate's Buzzer Beater Sales Event off Highway 40 next to Coles in Plainfield, and you'll always find them for you online 24/7 at westgateauto.com.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Keep your ears open. Those shots at $1,000 will keep coming. Pay attention. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Keep your distance division in place.
Yep.
What do we determine? 12 and a half feet away from me, it's Chick McGee.
Hi there.
Rock solid 6 feet away is Christy Lee.
Yes, sir.
She's about 5.5 feet from Josh, which is not really a
They might as well be
I'm not
sleeping
looking.
together.
Okay. And then behind the glass, so although probably 20 feet away, it's Jess Hooker.
Yes.
Okay.
In my protective layer.
That's very nice. Thank you for being in there.
Man, I love the sound of that mic.
That is a
Great mic. Nice and
cool looking
warm.
mic, too.
Yeah,
you can
nice.
see that if you want to check us out on
Crisp.
YouTube. We're doing a special feed so you can find out what's going on here. Worldwide, happy to be here. Ace Cosby remains our engineer. The proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. You got another one in the chamber?
Always.
You really? You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I think this could be.
Why stop now?
You know, take a fastball right now. You could probably knock it out of the park. That's Josh Arnold. There's Pat Godwin over in the corner, the man, the guitar. But right now, let's just keep everybody happy and bring the world to the peace it deserves with the gift of laughter, potentially.
Hey now.
With the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day again. Ace.
A robot walks into a bar.
Yeah.
Orders a drink. Bartender says, "We don't serve robots." Robot said, "Someday you will."
That's ominous. Yeah. It's sort of
That's not a joke. That's a threat.
Yes.
the joke should end with "submitted for your approval."
Case in point.
I've been watching a lot of Twilight Zone.
Pretty good.
Did you watch that show?
We do a circle.
Robot. Oh, back in the day, used to terrify me.
Oh, I've been watching them again. It's pretty amazing. They still can terrify you.
Rod Serling, he had it
Brilliant.
together.
Yes.
Knew what was going
I
on.
love it.
Very heavy smoker.
Yo, boy.
Believe
What does that have
I
to do with scary
think, and I'm going to throw this out there because maybe someone will, but he used to live in the same place Dave Chappelle lives, Yellow Springs, Ohio.
Really?
It's a suburb of Springfield. I think so.
Cool. Now, we were having an argument earlier
About?
Of course.
about Busch beer and their jingle.
Oh, God.
I say a slogan. Somebody called me a dumbass on Facebook.
Not that you took that personally.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I still hear Chucky in my head from Christy saying
So
it earlier.
this is apparently their jingle. They had a couple different ones at Busch Beer. I don't remember ever hearing this one.
Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains above.
I love the way it's like the song's over, then the guy throws in head for the mountains of Busch.
Beer. That was a big thing. I remember that, but I grew up in St. Louis, so this was probably.
You remember that jingle?
Yes, and I remember that was always a thing. It was head for the mountains of Busch, because there was always that
pause.
pregnant pause, and then we would all go, beer.
What, in case you didn't know?
Kind of, yeah.
Then this is a variation on it that sounds almost nothing like the original.
For a taste that's always as smooth as its name, Busch.
Head for Busch beer. Head for the mountain. Head for Busch beer. Head for the mountain. Head for Busch beer.
That was definitely Hoyt talking.
Was it Hoyt Axton?
Yeah.
Hoyt Axton.
Okay, I'm not sure if he was singing. So anyways, there was a jingle, so we are all dumbasses.
All right.
Oh, they would show the stream and the mountain coming down.
Yeah.
Guy pissing in it.
Yes, yeah.
Remember that scene in
Somebody
the player?
cleaning dressing a deer.
Yeah.
Remember the scene in the player when Huey Lewis is pissing into the stream. Remember that?
Yeah.
Is that the player?
They find the dead body. Yeah. That's that's Shortcuts.
Shortcuts. That's right.
Wow.
See his wang? Yeah, I remember.
You do. You see Huey Lewis's wang in
No
there.
way.
Really?
Sure do.
Yeah.
How big is
Take
it?
a look.
It's
He was fine. Yeah, he had no reason to be shy.
Like
Man,
John
is-
Hamish or?
I haven't done a side by side.
Well, this is the kind of information I need, Josh.
I have to think for a second. Like a Pringle can. There.
Oh, look, it's the track phone hotline.
Hey, Bob and Tom Show. Hello.
Hey, gang, it's your old pal, Larry King here.
Hey, Larry, how are you?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm hunkered down. I'm all alone in my house. And this time it's not due to a restraining order.
That's very funny.
All right.
Anyway, I tell you, this thing has really given me some time for some self-reflection and personal growth.
Well, good.
Yeah, I figured I might as well learn something about myself, so I started a personal diary last week.
Oh, good.
Well, let's take a look back, shall we?
Okay.
Day 1, 10 a.m. I'm all set for self-quarantine. I'm totally stocked up with food, toilet paper, cleaning products, and skin magazines. I've got a yoga mat, a Peloton bike, and a treadmill, and a pile of books that I've been planning to read. I'm actually looking forward to having this quiet, meditative time alone. 11 a.m. Bored out of my skull. I think I may shave the cat just for the hell of it. Noon. Maybe it was poor planning on my part, but I've already used up a dozen rolls of toilet paper pretending to be a mummy. I may need to steal some from my neighbor, Vin Diesel. He's offered to do my shopping for me.
Oh.
I could send him out to get me some suspender buckle polish, and when he's gone, Jimmy open his back door and root through his linen closet. I better bring a wiener to distract his Doberman.
Yeah.
2 p.m. Man, that cat did not want to be shaved. And to be honest, I don't think he looks any better. Well, at least now I've got a project to help me pass the time, knitting little cat sweaters. I'll send Vin out for some yarn, knitting needles, and cat sweater patterns. Oh, I better have him pick up a pack of wieners, too. I used all the ones I had pretending to be Ron Jeremy.
Oh, boy.
At least tomorrow's another day. Well, that was my diary from the... Hey, I got a joke for you guys.
Yes. All right, let's go.
Okay, a man is asked to go to the store by his wife. She tells him, buy me a gallon of milk, and if they have avocados, get me 6.
Okay.
So when the man returns from the store, the wife asks him, why did you get 6 gallons of milk? He replies, they had avocados.
I see. Communication.
I'm Larry King. Good night, gang.
I don't know why I'm laughing. That's just the sort of thing I do. I would have done.
That's got you written all over.
The exact same thing. Anyway, I don't know. We were talking about jingles today and the Busch beer jingle. Did you ever notice it'd be kind of fun if you could get someone from like an alien from outer space.
Mm-hmm. They're here.
And play them beer commercials.
Yeah.
They wouldn't think that you consumed beer. They would think you poured it, hold it up around people, and it attracts women.
Well,
they would.
good point.
I think it's illegal to show someone drinking it
It
during
is.
a commercial.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's illegal. I mean, it's just a tradition.
FCC regulation.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if the FCC really gets that precise, but you don't really see that very often. I mean, it'd be really great if they had, someone doing one of those. What was that thing they do in Buffalo where they pour the beer down some woman's back and there's a guy lying down?
The butt luge.
Yeah, the butt luge.
Yeah.
And the guy stands up, belches, and goes, Busch, twice. Pour it down the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
Oh.
Where were we? Christy Lee.
Ooh.
You think we're making that up?
No, I've seen it. I've seen it in person.
The butt luge?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you ever experienced anything like that?
I observed it. I did not participate.
Oh,
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that why you're in that room?
Yes.
Christy, have you ever?
No, sorry. Can't help you there.
Has anyone ever done a shot off of your belly?
Yes.
Oh, you've done some body shots before?
Sure.
Out of your navel, you mean? Out of your navel.
Yeah, a little tequila
Well, of course,
shots.
out of her navel.
Well, you said belly. You can't just plop liquor on your belly, it'll fall out of.
Well, I don't think they necessarily put the shots on your stomach. They put the salt
and
on
the
your,
lemon.
Yeah.
They lick
it.
you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they do it off your neck.
Anybody ever eaten sushi off your naked body?
You know, that's for me to know and
Me to find out.
about.
You ever experienced what Pat calls taco night? He hasn't either.
How about some
Every
chocolate
Tuesday.
sauce? Chocolate sauce, officer? No.
Hey, it is Tuesday, isn't it?
Well, no, give me the teaser.
Taco Tuesday.
Oh, we still have to get to our Mountain Dew couple, and we have
That's right.
Russian theater distancing for the coronavirus. What else do we have? Could this damage your male fertility? Corona.
The
We'll
corona
find
thing.
out.
Okay.
And
do you have? Did I give you the story about the bear?
the lost pig. Oh, the bear.
Oh, I love this story.
I love this conversation already. The bear, the lost pig? No, wait a minute.
We got pigs and bears and dogs all in the news.
Yep.
Oh my. And
we'll be back with the rules on alcohol advertising.
Okay.
All right.
And I think dogs everywhere are really kind of enjoying this.
Oh, hell yeah. All the parents are home.
And they get to go on long walks.
Kids are playing with me. We played ball yesterday in the backyard.
The problem is a lot of people take their dogs on long walks as they're talking about all their problems. And then she said, the dog looks up, for God's sake.
Not all dogs are happy. Some of their owners have died.
What?
Yeah. I mean, the dogs whose owners have died are not too happy.
That's true.
Oh, hang on one second.
Oh my gosh, Josh.
Oh, I'm just trying to make a point.
Well, we're supposed to make people feel good.
You know what? I've never been more proud of you.
And now a short 5-second song.
There's nothing funny down that road.
Nobody to feed
Well,
them.
there were dogs in Katrina that were homeless.
There's nothing funny down that road.
Thank you.
What if this gun works? Let me try this.
Oh, man, I was standing right next to Chick. You got both of us.
Okay.
Boy,
Well, let's talk about something
What's that?
that no one wants to talk about. ED. And, hey, look, if you're going to be hunkered down for many, many weeks, maybe this is the time to get the old mojo corrected. That's where Roman comes in. ROMAN. Roman is a pharmaceutical distributor. And you can get on board. You may be a candidate for these pharmaceuticals you've been hearing about for a long time. ED's nothing to laugh about. And with Roman, you can go online and work with an actual American physician. And if this medication is appropriate for you, Roman will ship it to you. What's that shipping charge, Josh?
It's free.
2-day shipping for free.
Wow.
Well, it's very straightforward, very simple. You go to getroman.com/wood. So spell it all out. GETROMAN.com/wood. Complete that online visit, and you could probably be back in business pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, once again, you get to deal with an actual physician, see if you're a candidate for these drugs. You've been seeing them advertised on television for a long time. This is the real stuff. Go to getroman.com/wood for the free online visit, free 2-day shipping. That's getroman.com/wood for a free visit to get started. Like I said, get part of your life back, especially now. Wasn't it Dr. Oz that was recommending?
Yeah, but make sure it's with the person that you're closest with.
Okay.
What? Well, I mean,
Like not the neighbor?
Is this like
Yeah,
that
not the neighbor.
Is this like the Steve Stills song?
Yeah,
if you
don't
can't be
love-
with the one, love the one you're with.
Love the one you're with.
Can you
yeah.
imagine? Can you imagine when he played that for his girlfriend? Hey, I
Yeah.
just wrote a new one. How are things back home? Yeah, I'm in San Francisco for the
Yeah,
week.
sorry, but I'm loving the one I'm with. I don't know what you're doing. I always wondered about that.
No randos, huh?
No randos. But yeah, it's a good time for.
Unless you live with your parents.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
Yeah, you can't have sex with your mom.
You're just a-
watch them.
Could you kill the microphones? Thank you very much.
High five, Josh. Way to go.
I've lost my place. When we come back, we have lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
For everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot, bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, and information, plus links to all of our social media sites. Bob and Tom's VIP can be accessed from there as well. Of course, much, much more. And don't forget, you can always email us a request, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Let us know what comedian, what song, what bit you want to hear, and we'll see if we can't get it on for you as a special request for being a fan of the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for listening this morning. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Kenny Rogers' family is planning a private service for his funeral with a public memorial later. Kenny Rogers died Friday at the age of 81. His family suggests that those who want to donate in Rogers' name should consider giving to the Recording Academy's COVID-19 Relief Fund to help music professionals out of work because of the coronavirus. Moving the Tonight Show to his house hasn't left Jimmy Fallon without guests. The late-night host's at-home edition will include John Legend tonight, Neil Horan Wednesday, Alec Baldwin Thursday, Tina Fey on Friday. Yesterday's guests were Trevor Noah and DJ Dean Ice. NBC says the segments with guests talking to Fallon from their homes, part of a continuing hybrid episodes that include highlights from past shows. And Amazon is giving parents free streaming access to more than 40 children's shows, including Pete the Cat, and If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and select seasons of PBS Kids shows, including Arthur and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Interested users can access the free kids titles with a valid Amazon account, which is free. The shows are available to the company's customers worldwide and usually are behind the Prime Video paywall. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
The big story yesterday comes to us from the city of New York, where they have issued a safe sex guidelines. This release says you are your safest sex partner. The next safest option is to have sex with, quote, someone you live with.
Do I need to clarify?
Right. Yeah, no,
Okay.
if you're a romantic partner, not necessarily your parents.
See, I thought maybe that was implied.
The release.
Mom, the governor said.
Finally. Dad, you want to watch?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
In a faraway land near St. John's lies the rugged seaport of Dildo, Newfoundland. Dildo, deeply penetrating the eastern coast of Canada, is known far and wide as the birthplace of legendary seaman Captain Dildo.
Captain Dildo is his name, the sailor we've all heard about in some exotic port. He's always pulling in and out. He's laid down a code to which he subscribes, spreading peace and love and giving us good vibes. Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, yo-ho!
Look, there's Captain Dildo heading out to sea.
Gosh, I wish I was going with him.
You will someday. And remember what they say. You can take a woman out of dildo, but you can't take the dildo out of a woman.
He sails the seven seas, a purple helmet on his head. He's legendary for the many tales that he has spread. Who needs a mortal man? Why become annoyed? Call on Captain Dildo, he will fill the void. Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, yo-ho!
And as long as Captain Dildo's around, there will always be a little dildo in all of us.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake.
9:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Let's check the weather with Christy Lee.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Cloudy 50 today, partly cloudy tonight, down to 36. Sunshine, brighten everybody's mood tomorrow. High 62, right now 39 degrees.
That's what I like to hear, Christy.
Yeah.
A little bit of sunshine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll make everybody feel
Have
better.
an Olympics update coming up in a matter of moments.
We already, okay. I know.
In case someone's just joining us,
I
I'll
understand.
explain how
Yes.
radio works.
Here's a sheet of paper. I got it.
I want to remind you that maybe in these contemporary times you don't have a radio at the house.
Maybe.
And so this announcement that I'm making is not being heard by you. Unless you have the wisdom to grab Q95 on your Alexa or whatever the hell that thing is over in the corner that's monitoring everything you say and think and do. Don't forget about that. And also don't forget about the Q95 thing that could be happening that would be very beneficial financially. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Could we get some music in here, please?
Right there.
Oh, that's good.
How's that?
I like that.
Scratch the record.
That scratchy thing.
A little clavinet.
Yeah, that's it.
You're a clavinet.
Thank you very
Call me
much.
names.
That's Chick McGee over there. That's Christy Lee. At the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Josh Arnold in the flannel shirt over there.
Yeah.
Behind the glass with the cool microphone and the nice hair, it's the lovely Jess Hooker. And yes, that's her real name. Dear Bob and Tom, sure is funny. Why didn't you call herself Jess Strumpet? Thank you.
Strumpet?
Thank you for...
Okay.
Who says that?
Who says Strumpet?
I might try that.
The fictional idiot that I'm talking about.
Right, yeah.
We're about to hear about in the news. Ace Cosby, of course, is our engineer, the man, the voice, the legend.
The friends.
A man who's been to more than 200 Kiss concerts.
Whoop-de-doo.
And Ace and I are supposed to go to one this summer, and
well,
who knows when that tour will be rescheduled.
Well, they don't wrap things up till next July.
Okay, good. We got plenty of time.
Okay. Plenty of time.
Very good. Now, Mr. Pat Godwin is over there to my left. This is Tom speaking. Welcome back to the program. Official Olympic update.
Well, not so fast. The Tokyo Olympics have been officially postponed. It's official. It will not take place July 24th. The most likely scenario, they have not announced it yet, will be a year, 2021 for July 20th.
Put away my Tokyos.
Right.
Those are track shoes.
Oh, okay.
The Adidas
the
Tokyo.
Adidas.
There's Adidas Tokyo. There's Adidas Mexico.
The classic blue suede
Right.
track shoes from Adidas.
I don't know if it's necessarily blue, but
They were back in the day.
Light blue? Were they like a light?
No, kind of that blue, whatever.
I have Adidas Beijings. They're named that for the children who made them.
Oh, wow.
So
you
you're-
were on a roll today.
Yeah, no
Three in
kidding.
a row, man.
love everything going on over here. Love it all.
What is your deal? I mean,
Man.
Just spinning some comedy.
no, well, please. Let me know when you are. Thus far, I haven't.
Sit down and have a beer and listen to the job.
You want to add something to the comically hilarious? You got some comedy for this, do you?
Yeah, maybe. Our friend Charlie writes in, Tom. He said he's afraid to tell you this, but he heard that one of the things that kills coronavirus is Axe body wash and spray. So,
That is
bad
not
news.
true.
Bad news for you.
Do you know something?
And you don't like a body wash, right?
No. I use soap, ivory soap.
That's why I think Charlie would.
That would be. Can you imagine though if after all this thing they get up there and the Fauci whatever thing is? Well, sorry about this. We found out that the cure is Axe body wash.
Yeah.
And then the run on that stuff that they have. Because it's a great company. It's a good company. Great people.
We might have unconsciously just caused that exact scenario just now.
I would hope.
Clearly, we are kidding.
No.
Well,
that has not been confirmed.
No, it's right guard spray deodorant.
Right. It's high karate. It's what it is.
Yeah.
I used to have a bottle of high karate. I don't know what happened.
You can buy a lot of that old cologne.
But it doesn't
online.
it go bad? Like
Only if it gets involved with the wrong type of people.
Most of those colognes actually
started bad. You know what? You got me there. I'm sorry.
They can age, and God knows if they
Remember
can get
those
worse.
commercials for high karate where the women were attacking? You had to learn karate to keep them off of it?
That's what it was?
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Great.
The guy would put this on, then he'd have to fight the women off.
Oh, that's so great.
Be careful. And you'd hear, be careful how you use high karate. And these women were attacking this guy because he had it. Yeah.
Love it.
But we were talking about inappropriate commercials. I think the greatest of all time is the
Territon?
The Territon. I'd rather fight
Light
than
and
switch.
switch commercials.
Had the wife with the black eye.
Yeah, that's tough.
I've seen
Subtle
that.
domestic abuse.
Yeah, that's a rough print
Not so
ad.
subtle. Either way. Yeah.
Give me my smokes, bitch. I'd rather fight than switch.
I don't know what it is, but it's really jarring.
Jeez.
Well, speaking of which, this is a story out of Kentucky. You see this video,
Yeah.
and you just wonder.
Dickie Dick and I are here, so you tread lightly with Kentucky.
No,
Kentucky.
I'm a big
We know
fan
where
of
it
the
is.
Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Me too.
This
Beautiful.
particular guy, this looks like they went to Central Casting
This couple reportedly tried to buy most of the Mountain Dew cans at a Louisville Kroger earlier this week.
It's my right.
And then threw a fit when they were not allowed to buy as much as they wanted. The man and woman tried to buy 23 cases, totaling 552 cans of Mountain Dew.
Third Amendment.
The video shows the man losing his cool when he is told that he is only allowed to buy 2 cases of
Have you
Mountain
seen this
Dew.
guy?
No.
Can't believe
He looks exactly like you would think.
I bet his teeth
They're
look
both about
good.
100 over. And he has the shaved head, except he's got a ponytail coming out of the top.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And I think they're both wearing sweats. I mean,
And a big T-shirt.
You know what?
It literally looks like Central Casting.
His hairstyle's tough, Tom.
Just the ultimate trailer trash.
Hey!
Easy.
Wait, whoa.
You got 2 trailer trash queens in
That's
here.
right.
Watch it.
Well-
Former. We're former.
Well,
Okay.
you can take the trailer out of the girl.
Yeah, you graduated.
No, it's the other way. Wait a minute.
Oh, I know. He looks at me every day. I see it.
I will stack my white trash upbringing up against anybody.
Either you have a double wide.
No, we had a 14 by 70 though.
Oh,
we graduated from a 12 by 68 when my mom remarried to a 14 by 70.
Look at you. Miss Hyde. The line form's right here to kiss my ass.
The people's princess.
Hoity-toity. The hoi polloi.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, Jess, you have my permission to come in here, but I'm going to hold my breath. Come on in here. I want you to see this.
Okay.
Can I look at them too?
Yeah, come over here. And
You guys haven't seen this guy?
Am I overstating anything? They're wearing matching sweatpants and
I
shirts.
love the way his hair's coming out of the top of his head.
I don't think he has any teeth.
It is bad.
Well, he couldn't if he drinks that much Mountain Dew.
And he's got like
meth.
a mohawk, and they've got the shopping cart full of Mountain Dew. Okay, am I being mean, or is? What do you think? Pretty rough.
Like a dollar store uniform.
Yeah.
What do you mean I can't take all this Mountain Dew? What am I going to put in my baby's bottles? How am I going to feed my kid?
That's right.
Oh,
Sadly, I
terrible
have a
people.
story like that I.
Isn't it amazing when you see soda in a baby bottle?
Yeah.
You just
What?
want to. You've never seen it?
I've seen it. Yeah.
I've not seen that.
Oh, dude.
Dean has
yeah.
Dean has a great story about a doctor buddy of his.
It's brutal.
that,
Kool-Aid.
They couldn't
The
understand
baby
why
kept-
they couldn't understand why the baby wasn't gaining any weight, and honest to God, they were giving the kid Kool-Aid. Not everybody. Not everybody really gets the basics.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah,
these.
you don't have to pass a test to have a kid, do you?
But see, the grocery store had a limit on the amount of stuff you could get in certain items for obvious reasons. So we have
Yes.
to be cool about
We
it.
need to stop hoarding.
This guy has a complete fit.
That's right.
It's well worthwhile. I mean, it really does look like
Ninth
Central-
Amendment.
Like, you know what I mean when I say
Yeah.
Central Casting, like
Yes, we.
the way what's the media mogul that's in prison, right? Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein.
Yeah.
That guy looks like Central Casting is okay. Get me the ugliest human being you could possibly get that would be a Hollywood mogul.
Right.
You know what the Third Amendment is? No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered.
Right. It's the right to turn away a soldier from your home.
And
Yeah.
the soldiers can't be in my house.
So it's not about Mountain Dew.
It's not about Mountain Dew,
God,
but these
you
guys
had
I
me
think
for a
they do.
while.
Yeah. They think it's about Mountain Dew.
But what's the strangest thing you guys have done since this started? Like just something random that you've done at your house or that you've purchased, like in a panic or boredom?
No.
Is there
Did a
anything?
jigsaw puzzle. Haven't done that in years.
I spray painted my squatty potty.
Okay.
You win. That's it. You win.
Now, that's not a euphemism, is it? You didn't have a bad case of
No, with real spray paint. Josh.
diarrhea.
Wait a minute. Did you sand it or anything to get it rough?
I took it to the garage and set it up on the
What
on the
color did you
workbench.
paint? It's like a wood, right?
It's rose gold.
Kim Kardashian has rose gold squatty potty.
I
Yeah,
wanted
hers is
something,
real though.
wanted something to match my labia.
I'm sorry, and you said you. And you said you moved out of the trailer park.
I did.
Just checking. Yeah, that's a great question. What is the oddest thing that you've done?
That's the only thing we've done really differently is the jigsaw puzzle. I don't know of anything else.
But I do this all the time. I build a bunch of Legos, and now we're building that Lego castle with the girls.
I'm cooking a lot more, obviously.
But is there something that you've been at home so much that you're like, wow, I really need this? Like you went to buy something that you would have probably never.
Oh, I installed a 220 line in one of the bedrooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of that's
That's
unique, and certainly you only did it because of the
we have to move a what do you call it?
A treadmill, right? Yeah,
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
220, so that was weird.
And you're still renting the treadmill?
and you wouldn't necessarily be doing that.
You can't. You'd be surprised at the stuff you can't buy right now.
Can't you just go to the guy and go, hey, I want to buy this instead of rent it? Give me a price. You can't do that?
Well, no.
Why not?
He's making more money renting it.
They're not
Everybody's
for sale.
everybody's got a price. Tell him.
Huh.
That's right.
Never mind. Now, why do I speak? Listen, there's no point.
I traded one of my Basset hounds for a a brand new wheelbarrow. Keep my. Oh, it's nice. You should see it.
Could we move on, Christy?
got four wheels.
Say anything, please.
Reports the coronavirus could damage male fertility are misleading. The government of China initially published an article claiming the virus could damage a man's reproductive health, but it later deleted that article. The report said there was no evidence to suggest that COVID-19 could damage the male reproductive system.
Well, unless it kills you.
Well, then you're
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
everything's shut down. Sure.
But
Yeah.
I can just say, don't worry, babe. You're not going to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I got the virus. You're good.
Famous last
There
words.
are scumbags out there.
Be cool.
Doing stuff like that.
Be cool. It's all right.
A couple in New York City got married by a friend who officiated from his fourth-floor window. Riley Jennings and Amanda Wheeler obtained their marriage license on Thursday and intended to have a courthouse wedding the following day when Mayor Bill de Blasio shuttered the bureau indefinitely. Their friend, Matt Wilson, reached out to let the couple know he was ordained by the county clerk and was willing to marry them outside his window.
There's somebody on the show right now that can marry people.
I know. I was scheduled to do 2 weddings this spring, and both are canceled.
Tom did one recently.
Yeah,
I did
Tom
one.
did.
Wow.
On Friday,
I
the
didn't know
pair.
you could marry someone. Can you get married?
Yeah.
There are a handful of legal things you have to do, but yeah.
On Friday, the pair stood outside Wilson's Washington Heights apartment as he officiated from 4 stories above while wearing his clergy ID tag to make it official.
Yeah, the sad thing is there's some sort of sad homeless guy wearing a garter.
But he's gonna get married now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then instead of a bouquet, they threw a dead pigeon.
Oh.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, you make do. Don't you?
Can you imagine Tom marrying someone?
No.
I bet he
Looking at the
did
bride
really well.
and saying,
I know somebody that was at that wedding. They said you
dress
did.
you're wearing.
Did you open with a joke?
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone ever
said you
tell
did a
you you
wonderful
look like
job.
a female Ernest Borgnine?
The bride was lovely. It's an interesting thing because you have to get, in all seriousness, there is a tone that you have to get at a wedding. You don't want it to be too funereal, but you don't want it to be too sitcom-y.
You look like a heavy Roseanne Barr.
The bride was beautiful. We lucked out in a way because as the bride was coming down, one of the little girls that was one of the helpers stepped
flower
on
girl?
whatever you call it, stepped on her
There you go.
headpiece.
Write that
whatever
down.
that's
Oh,
called.
yeah.
The veil.
Veil, yeah.
Who wouldn't want to be married by him?
How'd the groom look?
Oh, he looked great. But it was we had a really it was very nice. I enjoyed doing it, and I kept it lean and mean, and
I bet you were great.
Yeah.
had some fun quotes. It was a fun. But it is a really, like I say, I've done a graduation speech, a commencement address, same deal. You've got a situation in which you've got grandma, grandpa, the parents, the kids graduating, who all they want to do is get back to their car with the pot and the booze. And then you've got their little sisters and people with babies, so it's a very tough crowd. You got to really try to. At one point during the commencement address, I said, "Excuse me," to the audience, turned around and just did a few things for the people actually graduating because it was their moment. And you try to be a little less pompous than normal.
Did you have a drummer?
Oh, I wish I could have.
A
Next
drummer?
time I'll get a guy doing that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you open? You open with
Hi, everybody.
what did he? Did he dum? Did he do?
Speaking of college, U.S.
Marriage. Oh, never mind.
What's the difference between a jelly and a jam?
Hey.
No.
Speaking of college, USC has been offering a class that teaches students how to become so-called influencers. An exclusive on-campus club called Reach also allows students to meet and network and offers members a presentation on how to go viral on TikTok. Influencer Olivia Jade was a former member of the USC community until it came out that her parents, Full House actress Lori Loughlin and fashion designer Massimo, allegedly paid $500,000 for her and her sister, to get to the school. So she's had some trouble. She kind of had a bump in the road, but
This makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of money out there to be made.
yeah. It's amazing.
Now, Pat, it's my understanding, Pat, that the half a semester you spent in college, you were
2 years.
You were under the influencer.
Well, we all were. Weren't we binging in college?
Yes, I shouldn't just
Isn't
pick
that
on
what
you.
college is about?
Shouldn't
Years
just
later.
pick on you.
That's all right.
So what is the thing? Step one: be super good looking and have incredibly
Well, that
wealthy
doesn't
parents.
hurt. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Take a picture of yourself in something really small and tight, or make a porno video.
Mm-hmm. All those things would work.
Okay, good. You now have a following. Can we do the sweet doggy story?
When we come back, we could do that.
No,
yeah.
now. Look at the time.
What dog? Let's see. I have a lot of dogs. Oh, the one that was found in the food aisle?
Isn't that great?
A lost dog found inside a UK grocery store was in the dog food aisle.
Of course.
Staff at the Home Bargain store in Derbyshire spotted the bull terrier wandering the pet food aisle earlier in the month.
On the cart, walking around. Yep.
Sales assistant Don Bull said the dog just wandered in on his own. I think he was looking for his dinner.
But of course,
Customer-
it's so funny that he's in the dog food aisle.
course.
Because as opposed to being down at the meat counter,
Yeah.
where my dogs would be.
Yeah.
By the way, the dog's owner was identified and found.
No, they found you. They found you in the gin aisle at a liquor store. Is that correct, Jay?
Maybe. What's funny about that?
Nothing.
I'm not hoarding.
Trying to tie it in.
Case a day. That's all I ask.
Okay. Can you imagine they find me, I'm missing, and they find me in the hand sanitizer aisle at Walmart? The last thing he said was, "They're out." Be warned, by the way. A lot of fake. There was a thing this morning on. I want to say, was it CBS News this morning or NBC had the thing about all these fake products out there that supposedly prevent you from getting coronavirus.
The silver
solution.
There's a bunch of stuff out there. There are a bunch of scam artists. We need to round them up and start shooting. But and I don't mean video. Be very careful. There's a lot of scams going on out there, and just be careful about some of the stuff you read even on Facebook. People are distributing letters that look real. They look like they're from universities. The Stanford protocols, for example, are fake. You got to be really careful. And this also applies to the world of finance right now, especially with the potential of a bunch of checks being issued. You want to make sure if one is issued to you, you actually get it. This is where something like LifeLock comes in, because LifeLock detects a wide range of identity threats. For example, your Social Security number might be for sale right now on the dark web. And worldwide, these scam artists on the internet have a lot of free time. So they could be going after you. They could find out who you are and borrow money using your name or buy a car, whatever it might be. Identity theft is serious business. If you've been a victim, you know what I'm talking about. And by the way, with LifeLock, if you do become a victim, LifeLock has U.S.-based agents that will help you work to fix things, okay? So pay close attention when I tell you this. We got a special offer coming up. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at all businesses. LifeLock can see threats you might miss on your own. So you join now. It's very simple. It's very inexpensive. You call 1-800-LifeLock or just go online to lifelock.com. And if you'd be kind enough, use the promo code TOM25 because you'll save 25% off that first year. Again, you'll be surprised how inexpensive LifeLock is. That promo code TOM25, lifelock.com. Someone will be watching your stuff so you can sleep a little bit better at night, especially in these very difficult times. Lifelock.com, 25% off. The code is TOM25. When we come back, a great story about a bear.
Oh.
A bear. A happy story about a bear.
Good.
Sort of. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air, it's online.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hey, don't forget about our Orange Insoles show-in picks. What shows are your picks to watch? TV, movies, whatever. Since we're all stuck at home, we all are in this together. Tell us your show-in picks. Go to bobandtom.com/show-in to submit your answer. When you do, you're registered to win a pair of Orange Insoles. You can submit a new show-in one time per day, so do it daily. Sponsored by OrangeInsoles.com. Feel better, do more with Orange Insoles. They're with you every step of the way, much like us here at Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Longtime International Olympic Committee member Craig Reedy says he does not expect the Tokyo Olympics to be held in July as scheduled. He tells the Associated Press that everyone can see where things are headed with the coronavirus pandemic spreading and Olympic hopefuls around the world unable to train. IOC member Dick Pound told USA Today that he believes the Olympics will be postponed. Pound told the paper he expects the IOC to announce its next steps very soon, but the committee responded with a statement saying it's the right of every IOC member to interpret the decision of the executive board. USA Gymnastics says a majority of senior national team members have indicated in an anonymous survey that they were in favor of the Tokyo Olympics being pushed back from its scheduled July opening. And in the NFL, the New England Patriots have released kicker and franchise leading scorer Stephen Gostkowski. The three-time Super Bowl champion has spent his entire 14-year career in New England and has long passed Adam Vinatieri as the Patriots' leading scorer with over 1,700 points. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
We're joined in the studio by comedian Kevin Pollak. You're asked this all the time, but I have to ask. When you're on the set with Jack Nicholson in on a wonderful movie, A Few Good Men, at what point do you break the ice with him, or does he? How does that work? Had you ever met him before? Were you?
No, I hadn't met him before, and I was surprised by his demeanor. I just expected, in order to represent cool for the last 4 decades, that you'd have to be a little aloof, you know, people talking about you rather than to you. But he was the most approachable, gregarious screwball I've ever seen on a set. He looked stoned every day. And I'm not saying he was, but he was happy all the time.
All the time.
Especially right after coming out from his trailer. Very, very happy. And relaxed.
Yes.
And seemed kind of sleepy.
But who are we to judge?
That's right.
Yeah.
Sort of like Satchmo. Kind of a Louis Armstrong thing.
But he... No, he was really funny all the time. And I tell the story in my stand-up act about how my mom came to visit the set and ended up hitting on Jack Nicholson during shooting the courtroom stuff. And he saw me squirming at the legal table there in the courtroom as I'm watching this. And then that became fuel for his fire, you know. And he came over to where I was sitting and said, "Hey, Kev, how's it going? Listen, I was wondering if you could do me a favor." Yes. I was hoping you might be able to get your mom off my butt.
Oh, but he didn't say butt.
No, he didn't. She's hitting on me. What the hell is that? What am I supposed to do? Take your mom back to my trailer? Is that what you want?
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Steve Iott is here with us. You look like a clean liver, but you said that you used to be a smoker, which I find surprising.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I enjoy the occasional cocktail.
Do you know? What's your drink of choice? You look like kind of a shandy thing. Or
a shandy?
Martini.
That's no compliment, is it?
Bitters at 5. Yeah.
I'm a beer guy.
Are you now?
Yeah. I used to drink way too much. I'd get all these stories where people tell me what I did before. And it's always embarrassing. One time I was really drunk. I put a $5 bill in my mouth, and I had a dancer take it out of my mouth. with her butt.
Mm-hmm.
It's very embarrassing.
9:46 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
That is correct. Listen for the deep voice guy. Not Ace. Another deep voice guy.
You got a deep voice. I got a deep voice.
No.
Josh kind of has
It's actually
a deep
you.
voice.
I have a deep voice.
It's you.
What? I do that announcement?
I almost
When
said,
did I do that?
I almost said your real name. Christy's got a deep voice. I don't know why. Why would I do that?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, that's funny.
I don't know. I no sleep. Why?
I haven't slept
I
in
really
months.
did the announcement.
I don't know what that's like.
When did I do that? I have no idea. That's
Somebody
sad.
stop him. Somebody just
Oh, like
stop
you haven't
him.
heard a bit on the air you recorded 20 years ago. You don't remember anything about it, including doing it and or writing it?
I've made a concerted effort to forget some of them.
Be careful what you say, because I can whip something out of the archives that'll make you go, hello.
Let's not fight.
How is everybody?
Hello, Tom.
We're great.
You know what? Doing well.
Yeah, we're getting through this.
All things considered, I think we're doing damn well.
You know what? And happy birthday
to
Peyton Manning.
Yes, that's
Aw.
correct.
Happy birthday,
Oh, and
18.
I did hear that. Okay, we get it. I did hear that Mr. Manning turned down the Monday Night Football gig. Did you see that article?
I did see that.
Yeah, so
I was a couple days ago.
Yeah, good
Sunday,
for you.
I think, or something.
Great guy. Now, let's see. That's Josh. That's Chick. Christy Lee, of course, is womaning the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. Behind the glass, it's Jess Hooker. We're trying to keep our space here and keep everybody apart. No offense to you, Jess.
None taken.
Not to suggest that in any way you are
Riddled with-
disease
Contaminated.
Yes.
Contaminated. That's a good word.
Yeah.
No, Donnie would probably say contaminated.
Probably.
In fact, he probably will tomorrow.
Putting words in Donnie's mouth, are you?
There's no, never.
Crystal ball count.
There's Pat Godwin over there. This is Tom speaking, and a couple of official things. The Olympics officially postponed. Getting a lot of letters like this.
Okie dokie.
And I don't like to toot the horn of this place, but this is described. We get a lot, quite a few of these. This one's more direct than most. It comes to us from Karen.
Come on, Karen.
My husband and I are so grateful that you're continuing your live shows and keeping us laughing as we shelter in place for God knows how long. You're keeping us from killing each other.
Sweet.
You'd be surprised.
We're saving lives.
How many
That's
we
right.
get that are. This is quite direct.
Yeah.
Karen, I'm sure that Paul is a nice guy. Speaking on behalf of Paul, he probably likes some space.
Well, thank you, Karen, and you're welcome.
Very, very sweet. Yeah, we're trying. We got a lot. We'll get a lot more requests in tomorrow. I promise. If you want to get those in, or just tell us what's happening in your life.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com is the email. Worldwide, we're getting some great letters from all over the place. Really appreciate it. But we got a couple stories I really wanted to get in this one. Do you have the one about the dog food?
Yeah, someone stole a 40-pound package of dog food off the porch of a house in California.
Oh.
The thief turned out to be a bear.
See, here's the thing. Bears can't read.
No.
Right? The bear gets up there. He goes, hey,
Food for
there's
me.
a bag of bear food.
Finders keepers.
Security video
They
taken.
spelled bear wrong.
We have audio of the bear walking away with the dog food.
Do-de-do-de-do.
I mean, if you live in bear country,
Yeah, security
leave
video.
anything out there.
Yeah,
Welcome to
taken
bear
off the front porch of a Crestview home shows a bear biting the corner of the Amazon package. Oh, it was from Amazon, so they didn't know it was
it's not
there
chewy?
yet.
Oh,
And
chewy.
dragging it away. The box contained 40 pounds of dog food.
well, the
Only-
alternative, by the way, I'll take Josh's lane here. The alternative is the bear eats the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's look on the bright
The
side.
dog was
here.
looking out the window going, take it, pal.
By the way, only some of the dog food was recovered.
Whoa.
Well, the bear had to go into the woods.
Well, yeah.
What does a bear do in the woods?
Oh, that.
Grabs a rabbit and wipes. Time now to review many of the things we learned.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Granger.
It's the Granger Ranger himself.
Howdy! Delivering the products to keep your facility running is what Granger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years.
They got forklifts over there?
Granger.com. Oh, yeah.
They got everything.
Whatever you need, whenever you need it.
That's
Granger. For the ones who get it done, be sure and ask for the Granger Ranger.
Let's see now. What did we learn? Oh, we learned that our friends, the great band, the Black Moods, are doing a concert Facebook Live.
Thursday
Night, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
That'd be 10 p.m. Eastern.
10 Eastern.
They were going to be
9
open.
Central.
They were.
Thank you.
Want to give it Atlantic time?
I think it would be
Atlantic would be
11. I think, right?
Who knows? I
Or is it, Newfoundland's like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
right?
the point is, our buddies, the Black Moods, were going to be opening for Metallica.
Yeah, hopefully they will be again in the future.
I'm sure they will.
What a drag for all these bands. It sucks. Let's see now. Christy Lee's going to write a cookbook. And it's going to be called, "Hey, look, my kids ate my food. They're still alive."
Yeah. Great title.
You know, I think that might actually sell.
I think so, too.
That's like you could be the Irma Bombeck of this 2020.
Simple recipes that won't kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because everybody else is trying to make food that tastes good. Why do that?
Speaking of that,
Mine tastes good and doesn't kill you.
How long does salmon keep in a refrigerator?
That's a good
Like
question.
month?
After
3
you've
weeks.
cooked
3
it.
weeks, yeah.
3 weeks?
Frozen?
No, after you've cooked it, how long is it?
Easily 3 days.
Look that up.
3 to 7 weeks.
3 days?
The Tokyo Olympics are officially suspended, probably for 1 year.
It'll go like this.
Okay. LA Rams have 2 new logos.
Awful.
It would appear.
They're both awful. One satanic.
Yeah. Let's see now.
Satanic.
Donnie Baker is actually holed up with his son and with his bass player Todd Boner.
Yep.
And Donnie inadvertently ate one of Todd Boner's pot brownies and is hallucinating about living on the moon because there are
moon moms.
Because there are dinosaur bones on the dark side. Because he read it in a book that Art Bell thought was pretty good.
That's right.
Doggy style, referred to by Josh as caboosing.
No,
I like it.
Caboosing.
Okay, I was not aware of that. You can't buy all the Mountain Dew at the store. Okay. Leave some for somebody else.
Yep, Third Amendment. Yep.
By tomorrow, we're going to have to install an Ace Cosby close-up cam. My God, the man is a diva.
Yeah.
Or would that be a Devo?
We are. He's not. We are not.
What
men.
is diva? Is that Italian? I have no idea. And thanks so much for listening. And by the way, if you want to, be sure to email us. We'd love to know what you're doing. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.